Righto, so anybody got any funny stories? I was hoping by the time I, like, ended that, I would have, like, a better question than just stories, but I didn't. And then, like, I just extended it for so long that I kind of trapped myself. I didn't know what to do.
I'm trying to set up a Plex server so that I can listen to my acquired audiobooks without having to mess around with like having to drop in a Dropbox or Google Drive.
Use Jellyfin instead. It's open source and not Plex, which
Yeah,
I
but does it
remember.
have an,
I remember I switched from Plex to Jellyfin for some reason.
does it have an app for the iPhone?
I don't know. Let's find out.
So I can listen to it at work.
Yes, it does.
No. Well then. I'll have to set that up.
Yeah, I default to assuming no one would ever own an iPhone. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I had to switch to it after I had like 4 Android phones die in the exact same way. Different. Nothing. What would happen is they just start rebooting. They would turn on, turn off, 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 turn on, turn off.
Huh. Weird.
Oh.
So after that happened for the 3rd or 4th time in a row, I said, forget it. That, and literally, I'm the only person in my friend group who had an Android, so everyone was complaining about it.
You are the you and Alex, who mostly because she's on like a funny free family plan where she essentially, you know, she's kind of like grandfathered into it, are the only people I think I know who have iPhones.
Unfortunately, I also have an iPhone.
That's okay. I mean, I'm still on the same iPhone I got like 2 years ago.
Oh, I'm on the iPhone I got 6 years ago.
There you go.
I upgrade my phone like every 3 years. This is the most boring conversation we've ever had to start a session. Oh, the pre-session. What kind of phone do you have? I have a Pixel 8 Pro. I have an iPhone 10. I have an iPhone 12X 3D. I don't know. I don't know
13
iPhone
mini.
models. I was close, weirdly enough.
iPhone 6.
Wow.
So old.
6,
His
Aren't they
yeah.
on
Shit.
16 now?
Yeah,
They just dropped the
I-
16.
I refuse to replace it.
I mean, if it's still working.
Are you one of those people who's like, these phones are too fucking big?
No, they took away my home button.
Oh.
Oh.
That's a, in my opinion, more of a, like, I don't get the phones are too big. Like, if it were up to me, I actually don't care. I literally don't have an opinion on the size of my phone at all. I was hoping I would find one while I was saying if it were up to me, but I guess I really just don't care about the size of my phone. Like, big, small, like, let me customize it and I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I think I mostly agree with that.
All right, I'm gonna call my shot now. Ronnie's gonna come in hot and be like, I own a BlackBerry.
No, I have a Galaxy, Android
Nice.
Galaxy
Same.
S20.
Ah, I had an
Yeah.
S20. I traded it in for my free upgrade with AT&T at the end of last year.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Uh,
I get a free upgrade. I don't know how often. I'm also grandfathered in on my family plan. But I've had it for a few years now. And I was all iPhone before that, but then my sister got an Android, and she was raving about it, so I followed her, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, in an ideal world, I would own nothing but Pixels. Unfortunately, not a lot of times. Like, it's always like Switch and get for free, but they don't always. It's weird. I went to Google Fi because they offered me a Galaxy, and now I went to AT&T because they offered me a Pixel. And I hate AT&T. Don't get me wrong. Worst fucking phone provider I've ever had. in every possible way.
Oh, I agree with you.
I loved Google Fi. Best thing I ever had in every possible way. But Google didn't want to give me a free Pixel 8 Pro to stay with them, so I left. But I digress. What a compelling conversation we had about phones. I suppose it's about that time. I feel like shit myself. Not like physically, but my brain's foggy as fuck after sleeping for 12 hours because of all the shit I had to do yesterday.
Yeah, I'm out of it. For no good reason. I just am. Just one of those days.
Here's the part where I'm like, alright, so the session is everyone's gonna be sitting in a movie theater and quietly we're gonna just watch a movie. That's the game.
Honestly.
But alas! I almost slapped my tablet. I forgot it was dragged up. Let me just... But alas! The show must go on. Also, I inhaled a lot of cat hair, and it takes a while to get that out of my sinuses, so I feel like shit when I try and breathe through my nose. Party time! Hey, let me just...
Party time.
Took a second to buffer.
Party time.
But alas, after an eventful journey across half of Madara, you all finally reached Artavishte, where things seemed good until they weren't. An undercurrent of danger and obfuscation seemed to keep everything from being truly explained, and eventually it led to questions, investigations, and finally an ultimatum from MacBraonan, who seemed to have taken charge of some strange criminal enterprise here in the city. So you spent a couple of months underground, literally. I'm doing a finger gun, but it doesn't work every week. Where you investigated, hunted, and tried to understand what was going on through every means of subterfuge you had. Allies missing, others disappearing and moving around, and hope that with MacBraonan dealt with, you would finally have a level of safety. Unfortunately, it was not to be. A comical amount of explosives hidden in the sewers being moved around, and an investigation that led you to find out that there seemed to be something else going on, and even MacBraonan didn't seem to want to be handling this. People being sent to the small town of Corval. Why, you couldn't say. What was going on? You still didn't have fucking answers. But your journey, your investigation, your hunt led you eventually to the Palace District, where it seemed, if not MacBraonan, then at least one of his lieutenants, Fulmer, was hiding out. But unfortunately, they were one step ahead, and as they covered their tracks in the sewers, you found what you believe to be trusted guard dead, a threat pinned to their chest. Panic set in, and you spoke with a Bright, and then they were able to give you access to move around as the curfews were put into effect. Seeing the end of whatever this was slowly coming, realizing you had to act now, you began to investigate in earnest, giving way to a more blunt and less precise and hidden investigation. Garett, you headed up to your estate. Your wife's estate, the Viacor estate. And shortly after arriving, it was MacBraonan who found you. And as the rest of the party was trapped at the entryway to the Palace District, the gates, you had a conversation, to put it in kind means, with MacBraonan before a figure stepped out of the darkness, uttered some sort of incantation, and MacBraonan keeled over in pain. And as you saw the bright Arthur Robbins emerge from the darkness of the foyer's corner, I ask unto you, Garett Redwater Viacor, what are you doing?
Well, first of all, I am surprised that the attack was not aimed at me, and was aimed instead at MacBraonan, and additionally surprised that it's the Bright. However, I do pull my bow out, knock an arrow, and aim it at MacBraonan, at least at first, until I understand what's going on here. And how did, aside from being in pain and from whatever, did MacBraonan act like he recognized?
So, as
or did
you
he not see?
As you knock an arrow and begin to draw back to aim, he kind of stumbles, turning so that his back is kind of like he's got you to his left and Robbins to his right. And he looks scared shitless. Like, you haven't interacted with him a lot, but he has never looked anything less than completely confident in his abilities and in complete control of every situation, from what little you've seen and heard of him. And his eyes are wide, and he like stumbles so that his back is to the wall of the foyer. And just kind of, you can see him wincing in pain, and you can see where blood is pouring out of the slashes and gashes that have appeared in his back all over the wall. And he just is heavily breathing and keeps just turning, and he turns to you as... Let's see here. As Robbins quickly begins to move, almost not to the point where you can't understand his movements, but with a speed and practiced carefulness that almost seems supernatural. And as he does, he kind of holds his hand so that you can see something sliding out of it across the floor, starting near the corner where he was, just past the window, and going all the way past the entry hallway of the foyer. As he finishes, he places his middle finger to the ground, and you see as whatever that was, some sort of...
like a fuse?
Something like that, maybe a powder or something. It is not quite dark, but it is not lit enough that you can tell exactly. But whatever that line of substance is, it begins to glow. Just this slight golden brown hue, and then he holds his hand up, and it creates this translucent goldish brown wall across the entirety of the hallway.
Who's on which side of the wall?
Robbins is on his own, and you are trapped on the same side as MacBraonan.
Okay.
At this point, MacBraonan turns to you. And he just kind of like shudders in pain. All right. Garett. You want me gone, I'm gone. Get me out of here. And I'm gone today. Whatever you want. Please. And he just doubles over and coughs up some blood.
I keep an eye on him, but I call out to the Bright there. Bright Robbins, did you... Sorry. Did you follow me here or something? Was not expecting you to show up, though the help is appreciated.
Oh, you. And Robbins does not respond. Instead, he seems to be going through a pack, preparing an incantation. Preparing something. And MacBraonan just... Look. If you want answers, I can get them for you. I can... Whatever you want. He's going to kill us all.
You know him, MacBraonan?
He looks back to Robbins and then back to you and nods. Hi. I do. Look, I'll explain everything. Just get me out. And at this point, he is stumbling in your direction, and like he is like you can tell he no longer has his guard up to you. His fear and attention is completely on Robbins at this point.
I'm thinking at Rohan right now.
Mm-hmm.
Robbins is really freaking this guy out. Something weird's going on here. He put up some kind of force field. He's not communicating. I tried to ask if he followed me here or something. Brennan's... he's not even remotely concerned about me. He just wants to get out of here, which is very unusual for him.
I'm like relaying this to the others, like as you say it, and I'm like,
do we get him out of here if we can get him to stop with all this other bullshit?
You can't. I think if we know one thing about MacBraonan, it's that he's not going to hold up any... This is like the problem with making deals and then killing the people you make them with, is like, we know we can't trust him to keep up his end of the deal. As soon as he gets out of here, all bets are off again. So I don't know if you should trust Robbins, but you definitely shouldn't trust MacBraonan. If anyone else has opinions, then I'm open to them, but that is what I think.
Rowan's doing the radio announcement of this.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
In this corner, we have...
Ray would pipe up and say, I certainly understand the hesitation to trust MacBraonan, but if Garett has no other way out, it might be the only option.
I mean, MacBraonan is the one who set up the gunpowder. Like,
Right.
I
And
think-
also, I have no idea that Robbins is even going to hurt us, other than
Right.
though he's walled off the room somehow, some way.
We only have MacBraonan's word to trust that, right? I mean,
Mhm.
We can't know
Maybe-
what they're planning. All I can say is that if it looks like you have no choice, just do what you have to survive. That's what matters.
Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe try again to communicate with Robbins and see if you can make some kind of deal. Offer him something he might want.
Well, he hasn't done anything threatening. He's just doing some kind of magical
Well,
something
if
or
we
other.
Try to talk to him and he doesn't answer. Still, like, that's a little bit more information at least.
All right.
I would say keep trying to talk to him.
Rohan, have
Yes.
Garett describe exactly what he's seeing. Maybe you'll know something what he's doing if it's magical.
That's fair. Yeah, and
He's
And I-
currently searching through a satchel and chanting some whatever. I try to
like echo it
let
back.
Rohan hear flash
Okay.
see-ish through my thoughts what's going on there.
Give me a wisdom magic to see how well you can kind of understand and try and notice and explain what you're seeing.
Oh crap. Nope. It's whiz. That's a 6.
Reroll. This would be a good time to reroll, I think. I don't know. It's up to
I
you.
will say, while this is some level of description, you would definitely be able to do better on it. If you would like to
Additionally, I can't
reroll.
use my reroll for any combat, which is more likely what we're about to run into. So
Yeah.
I will reroll this and hope that I get a better score versus the traditional same score that I have been getting.
Yeah. Oh, that's better.
Okay, yeah, that's a big deal. Okay. So, Garett begins describing whatever ingredients he can see, whatever he can make out, essentially. He is thinking as hard, and you're doing everything you can, Garett, to notice and, like, observe and hope that everything you're thinking of, it's enough to at least get some information to Rowan to be able to try and figure out what's going on. Rowan, I would like you to give me an int magic to see if, based on the information you are getting through the earring from Garett, you can understand.
Yeah, I'd really like to do all on this. No, come on.
We know nothing.
Oh,
I'm so mad. I have a +2 to this.
oh God. Oh God, yeah, Garett rolling a 7 and a 9, and then you rolling a 4.
Can Frey help?
Ray does
gonna-
not know anything about magic.
I was gonna say no because you are trying to essentially comprehend, like, feeling, vibe, and, like, you know, mind's eye pictures that you're getting. Right, and, like, you know, thoughts that are moving a lot faster than words.
Yeah. All right.
Do
I get anything?
He's preparing some kind of ritual or something. Like, it... Beyond that, you... Like, the information Garett's giving you is good, but this is complicated. You're not there. You can't say for certain what it is. Like...
There's
Maybe
nothing
you're-
as embarrassing as, like, Garett coming to me in his, like, literally life or death situation and me being like, sounds like he's preparing some kind of ritual. It's like, yeah,
Oh,
motherfucker, we know.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, my friend, you got a bad track record here of people and telling truths. Why? I have no
Roy,
reason to
Deadman.
trust you.
And at this point, he is literally like, whatever. And he begins just taking daggers out and just throwing them at your feet.
Give him the earring.
You want me to give him the earring?
I can read his mind. Give him the earring.
All right. Fine. All right, Brennan. Put this on. And I unhook the earring and I throw it at him. Or hand it to him, depending on however close he is.
I mean, yeah, you can walk up and hand it to him if you'd like.
Yeah. Yeah.
In total, by the way, there are 7 daggers of varying size and shape at your feet.
If they're nice, you should grab them.
Are they nice?
Just saying.
I mean, some of them are nicer than others. Some are small. Like, you can see that at least one of them is specifically designed for, like, palming and being able to hide in plain sight as well.
I'll grab that palming one for our good friend Streak the Assassin. But you never know when you need a good concealed.
Yeah, I like it. You walk over to him, and as you do, you're like, I'll take this.
Yeah.
And then you hand him the earring, and he just, like, raises an eyebrow. And what?
Just put this on. You'll understand when you do.
Okay, he puts it on his left ear.
MacBraonan, this is Rohan. How sincere are you?
All you can feel, Rowan, is this immense fear. Like,
Are you?
This man is convinced he is going to die right now. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think he gets back from me that, like, I know that right now he's telling the truth. You know what I mean? Like, I know that right now he thinks that once he gets out of here, he's not going to kill us. But once he's safe, he's going to be like, well, why keep up my end of the bargain now? Like, we're out. So what I'm trying to find out from, and he's like getting all of this from me. So what I'm trying to find out is like, is he making this deal in like desperation, or is he making this deal like he means it? You know, like logically he has like made this calculation or whatever and decides that like, yeah, I can give up whatever advantage I was going to get by killing these guys or whatever.
Look, you want the truth? The truth is, this obviously all coming through the earring.
Yes.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck she was up to. Blakely at all cut some sort of deal with them. I don't know what they're up to in Kival. Let me tell you, it's fucking dangerous. It's strange. Sacrificing people, blood magic. No, I'm not going to be the next. I was ready to get out already. I got my coin. He's my handler. Keep me inside. Think they were ready to cut me off for weeks. Didn't like that I wasn't exactly playing the game with them.
Robbins is your handler?
Yes.
Oh, crap. Obviously, he's not saying this out loud. He's just whispering it to, like, mentally, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Garett,
Okay.
with a newfound clarity of not having Rowan's conversation in your brain and watching with intention and trying desperately still to understand what is happening, you can see now a simple ritual circle has formed on the wall of the foyer on the other side.
I'm gonna think at MacBraonan, were you telling the truth about there being gunpowder down there?
Yes. Yes, I was trying to deal with you all, stop you from this. I knew it was coming.
Fine.
I knew this whole time what was coming. I just wanted to face this and get the
Garett
fuck out.
Earring. Shut the fuck up. Give Garett the earring.
He does so, tearing it with a little bit of bleeding, and just throws it back. Garett! And throws it to you.
I will catch it and put it back in.
Help him. Robbins is his handler. It sounds
Oh,
like...
crap.
Yeah.
Viv, we gotta get the hell out of here now. I will pick Viv up if she will let me and start trying to make our way out or as close to any exit we can.
As you start to stand up, you start to, like, try and help her up. She's trying to stand up on her own, like, she's been walking better, but obviously she still can't really run. You, like, as you're doing so, like, you see out of the corner of your eye it's not a perfect circle, it's a vertical oval, and it opens almost like a doorway. You can see this murky, deep crimson shadow just pulsating as a doorway to something opens in your foyer. And you see these strange, almost branches moving from within, and then long, sinewy, brownish crimson hand grip at the doorway and start to pull itself through. To call it a humanoid shape would be debatable.
Does this remind me of the evil tree thing in the woods?
No, it's more muted. The tree thing had these deep, almost bloody colors. This is more of a faded, like, dried blood, or just like, it's not something that would occur in nature in any way. And you see this, a second arm, a third, a fourth, as it pulls itself through, a head made up of moving, almost twitching vessels of non-blood, eye sockets that are completely black. As it starts to pull itself through, it just twitches a couple of times, its head locked directly on you.
Oh, bullshit.
You see a second one appear, start pulling itself through as well.
MacBraonan, you know what the hell those things are?
He just shakes his head. I have no idea. Something to do with Koval. I'd imagine. Fuck.
This has to deal with Corval? God damn. They're still on the other side of the barrier?
Yes.
Alright.
So, Garett, what are you doing?
Alright. Like, I'm trying to sling Viv over my shoulder and book it the hell out of there.
Alright, Viv is starting to stand up. She kind of winces in pain. MacBraonan just kind of trusts me enough to grab a couple of my daggers so I can defend myself if this shit goes wrong.
All yours, Viv. No time for you to try to run this. I'm carrying you. We gotta go.
She starts to, like, stand up, and she grabs at her cane just in case, and grabs it as you hoist her up. MacBraonan kind of grabs a couple of the daggers as he kind of, like, slides through them, still wincing in pain. You see as one of the beings, one of those things, starts to move through the barrier. You're running towards the back door?
Yep. Alright, follow me, MacBraonan.
He, wincing and slipping, as you can obviously see that, like, this fucker is in some serious pain as he runs. He is doing his best to follow you.
Was the second one fixating on MacBraonan?
You couldn't tell. I mean, do you want to stand around and wait, or...?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
I do not want to fight Umbrii by myself.
Alright, you start running through the house. You are going to be getting a little bit slowed down by the fact that you are trying to carry Viv while running and panicking.
Yep. Fair enough.
MacBraonan, you can hear him, like, sliding and crashing into things. Like, he is... The best way I can describe it is... He is essentially, like, losing control of himself. Like, he can't focus completely. Like, you turn back and you can see where he, like, when you're going to turn a hallway, he just kept running and slid into, like, an end table in the hallway.
Like, risky business style?
Not unlike.
Okay.
This way, MacBraonan. Over here, over here.
And he just kind of, like, has to stand up and catch himself for a second. All right, let's go. And he, again, stumbles towards you, running. The goal is to get out the back door?
Yes, or if that's not accessible, out a window.
All right. Not knowing if a back door is accessible, what would your choice be? Like, door or window, like, as you're running towards the back of the house. Which, by the way, it's more like the side of the house. The back part is the part that was still, you know, not finished being repaired.
Yeah. That's fine. Preferably door, because it's going to be easier to get out.
Okay. All right, you head towards the side door through the kitchen that the servants would normally use that has become the main back entrance at this point since the attack.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get into the kitchen, you hear tripping and look back, and you don't see MacBraonan anywhere.
Leave him.
Fuck him.
You don't owe him anything.
Yeah, I don't. I will get, I'll call for MacBraonan. I'll be like, MacBraonan, in the kitchen, over here. As I make my way towards the exit door.
All right. You make your way to the door and go to open it. The door handle does not turn.
I boot that open. Just, if I have to set Viv down to set her down to do it, but I will do my best to kick that door open.
All right, give me a strength exert.
I'm gonna do my best to channel my inner Mira. Maybe I shouldn't have re-rolled.
Yeah. Okay.
You,
good.
and like with everything you've got, do like all your training, just kick right where it is, and you kick a hole into the door just to the left of the door handle, and it just kind of shatters away, but the rest of the door stays on, and your leg is like actually stuck, and you have to like pull it back out. Yeah, you're gonna probably have to like bash a couple more times, and
yeah, I'll give it another solid kick.
Yeah. At this point, it is broken enough that like a couple more kicks, and you have something resembling an opening now, and you can see like at the ground, it looks like the door was, as best you can see, arcanely melded into the wall nearby.
Okay, so even if I just broke, like, around the lock, I still wouldn't be able to open the door.
No, you're going to, like, you have a hole where you would be able to fit through, but at this point, you do hear screaming coming from the hallway behind, or maybe the landing near the second floor stairs that you pass by on your way to the kitchen. And MacBraonan, you can just say, oh, fuck, shit, like, in pain and then stumbling.
I will call out again to MacBraonan. Over here, there's a door, but if I can squeeze through, I will put Viv through first, even if I have to kind of like You know, because like it's probably not big enough for 2 people to just walk through, right?
No, it's like the world's biggest doggy door right now, but further up.
So yeah, I will stuff Viv through.
Yeah, and she just kind of like pulls herself and just, oh, Garett, what have we got ourselves into? And like you can see like she's getting like scrapes and cuts on her face, and she is not even flinching as she kind of pulls herself through the hole in the door and stands on the other side, still holding the cane.
I'll come through after her. I'll be like, look, dear, how was I supposed to know that a Bright was behind all of this evil magic sacrifice crap?
You hear stumbling, and as you get through, you then kind of turn, and Viv, like, lifts up one of the corners of her cloak and pulls out a flintlock pistol and begins holding it as the door towards the hole as she stumbles backwards.
For a second, I thought you were saying that Viv betrayed Garett. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Everyone, but no, I'm not that much of an asshole.
If she did, at that point, Garett would have just like, I'm sorry, this is it. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
No, she's stumbling backwards with and you can see MacBraonan now trying to stumble through the hole. And she like gives you a look like, what the fuck are we doing?
I will try to pull him through the hole.
All right, you do.
I promised I'd try to get him out.
You can see his left half is covered in blood as you kind of grab his right arm and pull. His left arm at just above the elbow is shredded, missing. He is gushing blood. He has cuts along his chest. His face has a couple of cuts. It looks like you can see a chunk of wood, like a large splinter, through his cheek, where it looks like he almost fell into the hole when he was first getting towards it, where you busted it open.
Yep. Alright. Jesus, you're a fucking mess here. Well, obviously I wouldn't say Jesus, because he doesn't exist. Jesus doesn't exist.
Yeah. We gotta get you to my buddy Jesus. He can take care of you. He's a doctor.
Look, we'll get you to apothecary, but first we gotta get out of here so we can at least bind you up a little bit first. But
his eyes are wide and bloodshot, and he's just mumbling incoherently to himself as he's like leaning on you with his one good arm. So yeah, at this point you cannot carry Viv and help your only person for answers walk right now, so...
Well, Viv at least can semi-walk on her own? I don't know what to do.
Yeah, she can walk. She's not going to be going full tilt run, but she can hobble.
He's not going full tilt run anyways either, so...
No, he is... Garett is the only healthy person right now.
I mean, I truly don't know why you're helping him at all, but okay.
He is the only one who has answers right now.
Fuck answers, get out!
I'm gonna say Rohan.
Hearing that from Rohan, oh my god.
I'm gonna say Rohan.
I don't trust that Ozzy's gonna give us the answers. Like,
dude's about to die. Try to get as much as you can out of him. I will take the earring out and stuff it into.
Oh Jesus, okay.
His ear. While I try to get everyone out.
Stuff it into his ear.
Well, you know, like through whatever I can. If there's a hole there already, I'll put it in the same hole. I'm not being accurate here. This is battlefield surgery.
Well, tell me everything you know about Robbins.
MacBraonan, you can think and run at the same time.
He is desperately trying to run. Like, it is hard for him to focus on thought as you guys are running.
Yeah. Is his arm like?
Oh, his arm is gone at the elbow and shredded
gone?
up.
Okay.
Yeah, like chopped above the elbow, and then like the skin and muscle is shredded nearly to the shoulder.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to try to get a little bit away and see if maybe I can at least tie that off to staunch the bleeding, but I want to get away from the house so that we're not doing this in the middle of the lawn where everyone can see us, including those weird monster things.
All right. So as you begin running, Rowan, your interrogation for a man who is in so much pain he cannot think, essentially, like, you get flashes of a thought. Rowan, he's working with Koval. Don't know it. Got no idea what's going on there. Blood magic. Don't know. Sacrifices. And in between it, you're just getting these pangs of pain and these thoughts of just wanting to give up.
Yeah. Keep going, man. You're not dying yet. Did you kill Blakely?
Yes.
I know he said that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure she's dead. Okay. Well, keep running. I'm just like, I guess, like, giving him the world's weirdest pep talk.
She fucked me over. I had to get revenge.
Okay. Sure. All right. We can't interrogate the morality of that right now.
Didn't realize what she was into. Wouldn't have done this otherwise.
Did you have to take over? Couldn't you just have killed her and then left?
Didn't realize what she was into at all.
What was your goal with all of this anyway?
I wanted her dead.
After that?
I saw her business as repayment for what she did to me. That's all. Didn't know it was this.
Do you know what the point of the blood magic stuff is?
No.
Okay. Well, keep running, I guess.
Pep, don't keep running. And he is stumbling, and he has to catch himself occasionally, like leaning on Garett, still stumbling. After a couple of moments of running, Garett, you get... Where is your goal right now, Garett?
First goal is to get around some kind of wall or something, put us between something between us and whatever the heck those things were. Then I want to see it, if they're not immediately following us. I want to try to stop the bleeding, so that way he isn't literally going to be dead weight.
All right. So you're behind another estate, essentially.
Yeah.
Hoping no one's watching. All right. Give me a give me an int, or I guess int or whiz heal.
Int or whiz?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I guess or dex, honestly. Yeah, or dex.
Okay, I'll give you a dex then, because I get a bonus to
there you go. There you go. Yeah. You take a bandage and just start tattering and tightening and wrap it around right at his shoulder, like, so it's like armpit to shoulder vertical, and just tie it off as hard as you can, and he just winces again in just so much pain. And Rowan, there are pretty much no thoughts beyond this horrifying fight or flight response that MacBraonan is currently going through, where he has seemingly lost the ability to rationally think.
Yeah. I'm gonna give the earring back. See if he listens. If he's capable.
Nope.
Alright. That's fair.
You would... The best you can do today is he is teetering on the brink of passing out unconscious.
Yeah. Well, I don't give a shit about him, so...
Yeah, I'll take the earring back at this point. See, I would probably be able to recognize that he's not thinking, I would hope.
Meanwhile, Rowan, are you also divulging any of this information to the rest of the party?
I think I would just say, like, he didn't have many answers. He said that he killed Blakely and took over for the money, but he didn't know what she was into, which is some kind of weird blood magic sacrifice stuff.
Yeah.
Well, then,
Everyone has weird blood magic.
well, never mind that. Now, are they safe?
It seems like they're out, but I don't know if they're still being followed. But is Garett back at this point?
About 30 seconds later, yeah, Garrett's back.
Yeah, I will ask, are you guys okay?
We're alive for now. I have no idea if those things are going to be able to track us. He's leaving a big old blood trail that I'm trying to staunch here, but it's going to be rough. I'm literally about to just find the next guard and let him know that Umbrai are loose in the city, so at least they have some knowledge. Who knows how target focused those things are? They could just start wrecking them, running amok.
Yeah.
We're still at the gate, aren't we?
You are.
Yeah, but you guys can't get in.
With a bunch of guards, right?
You are.
That's
Great.
true.
I'm gonna run up to him and just start yelling about Umbrii at the Viticor mansion.
I don't know. There's no Umbrai in here, sir. It's
Have
safe.
you damn checked?
We have the entirety of the palace district is on
Have
lockdown.
you
Nothing is getting past the wall.
checked?
Nothing gets
It came
past the
in.
wall.
It was in there. Go check.
Give me a charisma convince.
This really needs an intimidate check. This system is missing that.
Well, that would be, intimidate
that
is
would
going to be
technically
based on, the
charisma
skill
or
you're
strength.
using. Yeah.
Do have a negative to this.
Not
No.
bad
Okay.
for an egg.
Oh, he just holds a head. All right, so we'll have someone check on the vehicle state. And he heads back inside to the guardhouse that is in the middle. Essentially, the only way to get through the gate right now is through a guardhouse, since the gate itself is shut. And comes out a moment later. I've sent a guard to go check on the estate. All right, sir?
We're all gonna fucking die.
At this point, he, turns to Rowan, Frey, and Mira. Like, you guys want to... He gives that look of, your buddy seems a little fucked.
You heard him. He's right. Go check.
Well, I've already sent someone. Now, can we please relax and not cause any more hysteria? As I
No.
said...
We'll stop causing hysteria when there's nothing to be hysterical about. In the meantime, go talk to whoever it is you need to talk to and leave us alone.
I've already... Very well, and just kind of, heads back towards the guardhouse.
Good.
Garett! Couple of moments go by.
Yeah, so from there, I'm going to be wanting to look to... Basically, I want out of the Palace District at this point. I think that would be the best way to get to any form of safety, because the magical lockdown that's locking things out is also going to lock things in, is Garett's thought process. So I'm gonna how far away are we from the nearest gate?
There is one gate in and out of the Palace District.
Okay, how far are we from the gate?
You got maybe a 10 to 15 minute walk ahead of you, maybe longer because it's very slow.
Are there any wagons and horses nearby? Could I borrow a neighbor's
horse
and wagon?
Well, normally the
Pony?
wagons aren't going to be hooked up to a horse or mule when they're just
Right,
sitting
they're not gonna be hooked
around.
up, right.
Now, if by borrow you mean steal a horse, yeah, you could probably do that.
Excellent.
Is that the plan?
That's the quickest way out.
All right.
I will do my best to scrawl into the wood of whatever the horse paddock is. You know,
I owe you.
I owe
you one horse.
Will return tomorrow.
Just borrowing.
Just borrowing G vehicle.
And a little heart around it.
I'm not stealing it, I'm borrowing it. I fully intend to return it unless the horse dies. And if the horse dies, we'll use the vehicle money to buy them a new one.
I'm not stealing it, I'm just borrowing it. Is definitely what Rohan says when he's stealing something, so. Just so you know.
Yeah.
All right, so. Oh, what a
Are we
cluster.
close to a neighbor who doesn't dislike us?
I mean, most people generally like, would generally like, the vehicles.
Okay.
Like, especially, with Viv's penchant for parties and being friendly. I don't think there's anyone who would actively dislike you guys.
Perfect, because it's, it's one thing to borrow your neighbor's horse. It's another thing to borrow the Karen neighbor's horse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would
Now, I
much
assume
rather take the Karen's horse. What do you mean?
so. Having the, I assume you're having the other two wait while you yoink a horse?
Yeah, at least somewhere nearby and safe, yeah.
Okay. Alright, in that case, as you head over to grab a horse, I would like you to give me a, dex sneak to get to the, get to a, stable unnoticed.
Sneak, dex.
All right. And oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Now I'm going to need a wisdom ride.
Wow.
Guess
New
who has
skill.
a negative?
Thankfully, 6 is all you need on trained horses.
Hooray!
To convince it for a moment as you kind of like, you relax it, you get the saddle back on, and once you get that hooked up over the course of a couple minutes, you get onto it, and you are quite literally off to the races.
Hooray!
And you head back to where you had stashed your wounded and your wounded ally. I have no idea what to call these people.
My wife
yeah. Your wife and crippled rival. Your crippled wife and crippled rival.
Yes.
God.
The cripples. The crips.
You head over to them, and Viv just kind of stands up. Garett, he's passed out. Should we just leave him?
He's got information we need. He knows something
No,
of
he
what's going
doesn't.
on.
I was just in his head. No, he doesn't.
Damn it.
You
I
do
mean,
what
I
you
was
want. Just...
planning on killing him eventually, but... Fuck it, he's out. I will...
I would say the horse is definitely, like, it's not going to be running full tilt, and it's not going to be happy about it, but the horse could easily take you, an unconscious dude who's maybe 150, 160 at most, and Viv, who's, 120 with all of her shit on. She's tiny.
There's no chance that Viv or what's his name have any paper on them, is there?
No, they're not carrying any parchment, weirdly enough.
Figured. Because I was going to say, if they were, I'd write a quick note for what's his name. I got you out. Meet me here if you're still alive. And stick him in the hayloft of wherever I got the horse from. But I will put Viv and unconscious guy on the horse and do my best to lead the horse at a walk run. That way they're not slowing me down.
Alright, yeah. As you get the horse to a canter, just kind of, you got her behind you and him hoisted in front of you. And she just, wait, at this point, what do we even gotta do? What about, wait, how do we get him out? With the guards? How are we gonna get him out? If the guards are working for him and he's unconscious.
Oh, right.
And she kind of here, and takes her cloak off. We'll wrap him up. I don't care about.
We'll throw a blanket over him. And,
if we're not killing him, then we need to have him with us. Can't let him go on his own.
Exactly.
And she kind of awkwardly, as you're still riding, takes her cloak off, hands it to you, and all right. Worst comes to worst, we get through. And she, at this point, she's got her left arm, she's got the her cane hooked in through the side of the saddle. She's got her left arm wrapped around you, and her right arm with the gun still drawn, in between you two, so it's hidden as she's leaning up against you.
Yep.
Anything happens, Garett? He doesn't make it out.
Nope. No, he doesn't.
And, at this point, you ride this stolen horse up to the gates of the Palace District, where Viv is still heavily breathing, leaning up against you, stressed to shit and back. And one of the guards just kind of waves. Well, we're on a lockdown. No one in or out?
I will produce the writ from Robbins.
I've been real helpful earlier, but yeah.
The guard looks at the writ and... right. Up at the Smalls Gate. Let him through. And no more questions. They let you guys through as you see the rest of your party a couple of moments away. Frey, Rowan, Strieg, and Mira, well, from where you are seated nearby on the south side of the gate, see as Garett on top of a horse, Viv behind him, and a large slumped over something wrapped in a cloak in front of him on horseback. A fairly large horse, too.
I deny the urge to go stab Ozzy to death, and I will ask Garett and Viv, are you guys okay?
We're okay for now, but we gotta get out of here. We gotta get somewhere safe, or somewhere safe-ish first.
Is Zane in the Palace District? I forget.
No, Zane's is not in the Palace District.
No, that's in Glimmering Heights.
Let's go there.
Yeah.
You got the horse. Lead on.
Actually, I am going to. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll keep the horse for now.
Yeah. We don't want to
I
kill
Buy
wanted
your
to
neighbor
turn
a
the
new
horse.
fucking horse.
I wanted to turn the horse loose and send it back to where it came from, but
I'm not sure that the horse has like homing capabilities. Like,
the horses know where they live.
We probably already closed the gate.
Yeah.
You could give the writ to the horse. Okay, fine. Let's just go to Zane's.
But it would be really like, well, I meant like before they close the gate, like hop down, pull them off, send the horse back through, which would look really weird.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, so over the course of the next little while, you guys travel as inconspicuously as you can through the city. And eventually make your way back to Zane Valari's estate. Your journey this morning gaining you 4/5 of a prisoner and a horse.
Right.
So, after a tense few moments, Garett having a chance to catch your breath, Viv in tow, you guys are welcomed back to the Valari estate. What are you doing?
Well, if we want to keep him alive, is there a doctor or someone we could trust? He looks like he needs one.
Yeah, I mean, Garett, Viv.
Yeah.
Viv, kind of like stumbling forward. You can still see, like, she's instinctively, like, hasn't let go of that pistol in her hand, and, like, she's, like, got the cane in her left hand, pistol in her right as she walks, and just... I know plenty of doctors, but don't know that, well, don't know that we should really believe it being seen right now.
We can send one of the servants. One of Zane's servants for a doctor. It wouldn't be the first time.
She gives a nod at that. I'll go find one of them and see if they can, you know, find a, And she kind of, like, winces around. Obviously, all of this movement has not been good for her therapy.
You take a seat. I'll go find one of them and...
You figure out what to do with it. I can walk. I can do this. Garett, I can do this. And she, finally seemingly realizing she's still holding the gun, she puts it back in a holster on her back and begins walking to go find one of these servants who can play messenger.
Oh, speaking of servants, how many people were in the Viacourt estate? Was it just her and those guards that were working for Robbins,
You
etc.?
didn't see anyone else at the time, which is not unheard of, especially during a lockdown. That wouldn't be surprising. That they were essentially, you know, skeleton crew, essentially.
Right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't leave, like, 30 people to die in there.
No, you didn't see anyone else.
Okay.
Lovely. Well, I want to kill him, but it seems like we're not doing that. So
We gotta at least get some information out of him first. And technically, we're
nothing,
supposed to
but-
turn him over.
That's true. That's true. I guess that was the whole point of us coming.
And who do we... Where's Abney?
I think he should be here, right?
Should be here somewhere. You haven't seen him yet.
I'll go find him.
Yeah, bring Abney here. We need to figure out if there is a Bright, if Robbins is a Bright, who the hell do we go to when frickin' the Brights are corrupt?
Yeah.
Yeah, Frey will give a nod and go off to find William.
Yeah. I guess there is the question, you're right, of like, if Robbins was his handler, what was he handling him for? Because I don't think he was handling him for killing Blakely and taking over her shit, so.
Well, no, it could be if he killed Blakely and took over for her. It sounds like Robbins was in charge of whatever all of that was, so that's just a change in middle management, if you will.
I guess that makes sense. Seems weird that he has no idea what she was doing, though, then.
Robbins probably does know.
No, Ozzy, I mean.
Well, that's why he would know if he's coming in, you know, low and is just trying to run a. If all he thought she was doing was running a smuggling black market crime thieves guild, whatever, you know, and then it turns out as he gets deeper into it that she's involved with other crap. I could very much see that escalating out of his control quickly.
I guess you're right, yeah.
After a moment, Frey, you head over to the room that was set up by Abney, who was not there. And then a couple of moments later, as you're kind of hunting down the halls of this massive estate, Abney comes running and not quite sword drawn, but Frey, certainly has been a day. What's going on? I heard, you came back with someone.
Yes, we found MacBraonan, and does he have his sword drawn?
Like, he was, like, not drawn, but, like, you know, like, panicking as if ready to draw it, like, hand on hilt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Frey will put his hands out on William's shoulders and say, "It's okay now that we made it back safely. More or less, MacBraonan looks a little worse for wear, but we may have a problem with the Brights. Here, you should come speak with us. Speak with everybody."
Of course, I'm on my way. Just doing a lap of the grounds, make sure everything was safe.
No trouble, I hope.
Never is. Uncomfortably safe here. All things considered. Oh, now, love, let's head back. He gives a little half smile and, still nervous about everything that's going on, heads back with you. Hand no longer on hilt and a little bit more relaxed.
Okay. And yeah, Frey will come back to where we're all meeting with William in tow. So,
Yes. Well, a lot has happened. Garett, would you like to fill Will in?
Abney, so as you can see by this shredded stack of shit here, we've managed to capture MacBraonan. That's the good news. The bad news
Certainly,
is...
did a number on him. I mean, a motion to the arm.
Wasn't us. That was Bright Robbins, who is apparently MacBraonan's handler. He opened up some kind of portal to some other realm, summoned these weird tree monster Umbrai, and sicked them on us. And one of them apparently had a little snack. So I did my best to bind them up. Viv is looking to send a servant to go get a doctor, but this is... I don't know how well those things can track us, if they can track us, if they're even bothering to. But there's at least one corrupt agent in the Brights in the first place. So I don't even know who to go to at this point.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like we're on a bit of a pickle here. And at this point, Viv comes back as well and just, all right, I've sent one of the servants to go. There's a surgeon I know who has met, and she kind of like turns to you, Garett, has been at a few of our parties, but more importantly, I know that, well, she can be discreet if needed, so I had her set up, met with her, had some agreements in place in case anything horrible happened during one of your escapades with your group. So yes, Garett, we should be good on that front once they are able to make it, hopefully today, hopefully soon.
Good thing. Great. I'll go over to Viv and usher her into a seat. Make sure she's, I'll fuss over her a little bit. Not too much that it annoys her, but enough that because like I haven't seen her.
Yeah.
In a while after having not seen her, and then basically dragged her through the city at a run when she can't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and now that the adrenaline's wearing off, like, you can tell, like, she's gonna be chairbound for a while without extreme pain.
Yeah.
So. You guys, finally, after she sits down, you have a moment to go over everything that's happened, debrief everyone else here, make sure you are all on the same page, and as you do, we will go ahead and take a quick break. Party! So, as you all are here in the lovely, lovely estate of Garett's good friend and I almost said confidant. I don't know that that's accurate, Mr. Villari. You spend a little while debriefing and, making sure everyone's on the same page as to what has happened. If there are any specifics you wanted to get into, feel free. Otherwise, we can go on to what is next for the gang.
Nothing I can think of.
Well, I think the big question remains is what is happening in Corval, especially if it's somehow tied with those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, a lot of fucked up shit.
I will do my best to try and draw one of those things to show everyone what came out of that portal.
Okay.
Is Garett a good artist?
Probably.
Do an art check for us.
Garett probably has some minor talent from having to like show stuff for like maps, having to draw like rough sketches of maps, but Garett himself would not be anywhere near like a a good artist level.
Yeah, it's not going to be photorealistic. It's going to be something that you can use to explain.
Right,
you know,
like it's
this
gonna
is
be
what their
better
armor
than
looks
a.
like. Yeah.
It's well, I mean, it's gonna be a stick figure because it's sticks, but it's gonna be better than a stick figure, but not an actual like good.
I love the idea of a stick figure of like a humanoid monster, and you just like it looked like this, but like a monster.
Right, it looked like this, and it's just a little stick figure.
Yeah.
But and then it has like little branches coming off of it. What are those? Sticks? it sticks. It's a stick figure. It's a stick monster.
Perfect. I'll do like a little pretty lights thing or whatever, and you can like, you know, what do you call it? Like, what are they called? Like sketch artists, you know, criminal sketch artist people.
Mm-hmm.
Like
rendition?
you can be like, sure, yeah,
Sketch artists.
Yeah.
sure.
Well, that's actually what I was gonna offer up if Garett was not good at
exactly.
drawing, because Frey is good at drawing.
Great. Yes, perfect.
So, you got Garett drawing it, then Rowan trying to like arcanely recreate a miniature version of it, and then like this, no, like, and then like, you know, just to get an idea, and then you got Frey doing details.
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect.
And you get a pretty good idea of what it looks like. Is strange skinless creature with all of these almost veins coming out of it. It's got 4 arms, and it's in general just extra elongated and weird.
Yeah.
Frey pushes his sketchbook away. I hate it.
Yeah, don't worry, you're not the only one who hates it.
And was there just the one of them, or was there a few of them?
At least 2 came out of that portal.
Great, it has a friend.
What I'm worried about is they have some sort of, like, tracking sixth sense kind of thing where they can just home in on you. I mean, that seems like something magic could do, right, Rohan? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the specific spell, but definitely seems like a magic thing.
yeah, so that has me worried that even though we got away from it for now, it might still come after us. I think it might be a good idea for at least MacBraonan and I to find somewhere separate for now from the rest of you.
I don't really want to do that.
Or maybe we move to somewhere different, because I don't want to get the servants or whatever in the crossfire.
That's fair.
They can't take care of themselves in a fight.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna get out of us splitting up, really. So I would rather.
Right?
Just...
No, that's a good idea. I don't know if they can track us or not.
I mean, do we have anything else to do here? It kind of seems like there's one place that keeps coming up.
Corval, yeah.
Or also, I mean, we're supposed to bring this guy back, so we could also do that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Yeah, we turn him in.
Would we be able to get him out of the city?
Probably pretty easily if the guards are on his payroll. It depends after this.
No, because exactly, if Robbins... I mean, it sounds like Robbins is probably the head of this whole thing.
By the 9, I came here to go home and not have to deal with this bullshit Umbraei crap. feels like we just keep getting deeper. I mean, I'm not saying we shouldn't help. I'm frustrated.
At this point, Viv just kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and just, Garett, there is no home with all of this shite going on.
I know.
I get it more than you do, but...
I know. Garett is kind of like hand on forehead over eyes, like just massaging temples, kind of visibly frustrated and upset. But he's like, yeah, I know. I don't even know. I mean, what do you do when the Brights are involved in this? I mean, it could just be him. It could be more of them. How do you if corrupt guards is one thing, you can get uncorrupt guards to root them out through whatever, but the Brights, they're not supposed to be caught up in this. How do you handle that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as getting this guy out, if he's willing, I can disguise him, but...
I also think we need to find out what the hell those things are. If anyone knows, I think it would be our friend Thaddeus.
Yeah. I'm supposed to see him again anyway at some point, so I guess I have reason to check in on him.
Yeah, check on him, show him that. I think out of anyone, he would know.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're definitely. What time of day is it today, right now?
After everything that's happened today, I mean, it's gotta be like between debriefing, planning, sneaking. You're probably in evening at this point.
I think that for now we stay here at least one more night. We're going to want to have guards set up. I don't want those things catching up to us and catching us off guard if they can.
Yeah.
Or maybe Robin's sucked them back into that portal. Who knows? But
yeah, I mean, I guess if we don't know, then we have to assume. We have to act as if they're after us.
Right. And again, they may not even be after you. They might just be after.
They're after us. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. What I mean by that is some of us be able to get around the city more easily. Of course, Robbins knows that you're involved with me. God damn it, I feel like I screwed all this up.
You were getting your wife, man.
Garett, there's no anything with this. There's no training. Whatever we're doing, it's the best we can.
And besides, we now have a very good idea of who is in charge of this whole thing. You take out the head and all the rest of it unravels.
Well, is Robbins in charge of this? Or is he just the next level up?
Well, I would say that if he is in a leadership position in a group called the Poor Robins, it'd be quite the coincidence.
That's true.
We're assuming that he's even actually involved with the Poor Robins and that this isn't a they're not a distraction from whatever actually is going on. But yeah, it's a little on the nose.
So what are our options right now? It's
I
I
think
guess
our
we
big
want to hang out here for the night, keep watch, and then talk to Thaddeus about whatever it is that may or may not be after us, and then after that, I guess
Corval.
decide if we're doing Corval or if we want to take this guy and drop him off at wherever it is, I guess. Wherever we're supposed to turn him in. Do we
Yeah.
want to take him to Corval with us?
I think it might not hurt to have him with us for a time. Because I mean, if we just drop him off in the, if we just drop him off in with the guards, who knows? You know, Robbins is already trying to look for him and get him, and he'll just come in and.
Hold on. Okay. Robbins told us that, or told you guys, I guess, that you could trust everyone at that station except for one guy, right? Does that mean, obviously knowing now that he's bad, does that mean that everyone at that station was bad except for one guy? Is that how widespread this is?
He said that everyone except for one person was not working for MacBraonan, and that one person was working for MacBraonan. So...
Unless he meant that they were all working for him.
Exactly. They could be
Right.
working for him rather than for MacBraonan.
Right. Well, yeah, so, to
Or
me,
they
it
could
just
be, or they could be completely uninvolved.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess we know what we're doing for tonight.
And then
I-
tomorrow we go talk to the teacher dude and then get the fuck out of town?
Yeah, I think that's right.
I'll have to wait for the surgeon for MacBraonan.
Yeah, hopefully is he coming tonight? Hopefully? I don't know if this guy's gonna make it till the morning.
No loss.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I wouldn't mind talking to him when he's a little more sound of mind.
Yeah, I guess that's fair too.
At the very least, we need him to get the list of corrupt guards.
Yeah.
Or at least some of the corrupt guards.
Yeah, my assumption is that it's gonna be most of them, so, maybe that's just me being pessimistic, but...
Well, this was fun. I'll take first watch.
Cool. I'll take second watch.
Mira, of course, would chime in, and you don't need to. I can always keep an eye out. Besides, we all need, well, the rest of you all need rest, right?
Maybe we can do pairs, and you can be one of them. So, I feel like if two Umbrii show up anyway, it might be better to have two people around. And time goes quicker with company.
She gives you a look, as if to remind you of the 10 years without company that she had.
And those took a really long time.
Oh. And, okay, that works. She begins doing basic rounds of the house. I suppose Abney
Your Mira's
probably.
impression is I think your Mira impression is the best out of all of us. As in, your best out of your impressions of everyone. Like, it really sounds like Alex.
Oh, that's such an insult to Alex. Oh, you should have seen the wizard she played. She missed one session ever as that wizard, and I got to play it. I was so excited. He was so fucking mopey. I loved it. I digress. We're in sad mode now. So she begins essentially getting debriefed by Abney, who just kind of like gives you guys a "I'll be back" and heads up to, and you start hearing him explain, you know, various sounds that you shouldn't be alerted to based on his many hours of making rounds around the house. Things like the house settling, certain creaks that are normal, when the guards outside are making moves, which servants where, all that, just to make sure, especially with the lockdowns, that everyone's on the same page. Meanwhile, is there anything else you guys wish to do for the course of the evening before heading to bed?
Nope.
Don't think so.
Righto. So as you guys make your way to, now you begin to prepare your watches as the evening turns to night. As you are, you know, beginning to settle down and getting tired, there is a knock on the door, which is quickly answered. Actually, no, there wouldn't have been a knock on the door. Guard would have escorted. A guard would have essentially done like a cursory knock, and then the door would be opened. And you see this short woman, maybe 40s, wearing very large glasses, hair in a bun, and she just kind of, hello, I was looking for Miss Viacor?
Yes, she is around here somewhere, I believe. She summoned you. Are you the doctor? Just to make sure.
I am, yes.
Okay, great. Yeah,
I would just be more comfortable talking to her first, that's all.
Sure, let me go get her. I go get Viv.
You go to get Viv, and she slowly walks her way back down the hall as, Is there anything else the rest of you are planning on doing besides handling the surgeon for the night?
Nope.
Nope, sleeping.
Yep, nothing in particular.
Yeah, sleeping, keeping watch.
Sleeping and keeping watch. Got it.
Actually, hold on. Let me check one thing real quick. Hold on. Okay, I can use mind reading on a visible living creature. It doesn't say they have to be conscious, right? I won't get surface thoughts, but I might be able to do the deeper thoughts.
Yeah, you would definitely. I was gonna say, yeah, there's probably not gonna be much in the way of surface thoughts.
Yeah.
But the deeper ones, you could do so.
Okay. I'll read what's his face's mind. I have one spell slot left for the day. I'm gonna sleep anyway.
Does Molly still have that stone?
Oh, well, yes, I think.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, unfortunately, she did keep that with her.
Great.
So, were you doing that now, or?
Yeah. Yeah, he gets to make a mental save. I guess I will ask the others. Is there a specific question we want to know from him that we, I don't know, think would be a useful answer? I guess, Garrett, you were saying we want to know about which guards are working for whatever. Oh, I guess maybe we just want to ask who is at the top of this, right? If it's Robbins.
Who, if anyone's above Robbins?
Yeah.
We want to find that out, because if we can get him to tell, he'll tell us who the guards are and whatnot, but it's who's above Robbins, you know?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, he gets a mental save before he answers.
Great. Let me go ahead and Oops. Sorry. I had set to self-roll because I was testing something earlier.
Right. Fine. Useless. Absolutely useless. I go to sleep.
Ugh. Even in an unconscious and very pained state, his mental faculties are without question.
I punch him in the stomach one time before I go to sleep.
There are a couple minutes of catching up, and you can hear some light laughter between the doctor and Viv. Before finally the doctor kind of lets her guard down a little bit and turns to whoever is around Osman at this point and just, oh, hello, I am Dr. Miriam Devosh. You can call me Mimi. So, your friend here, I was told to ask no questions, the payment will be good, and everything is on the up and up. Is there anything I need to know?
He might have a bruise in his stomach also.
Well, he's lost an arm.
Yeah, I feel like in the process of treating the lost arm, she might miss the bruise in his stomach I just gave him.
You just gave? And her eyes kind of go wide.
He deserved it, don't worry.
Your friend here deserved that.
Not my friend. Anyway, I'm going to sleep.
From behind Rowan, you can see Viv, who's telling him cut it out, cut it out, cut it out, to mouthing it to probably Garrett.
Anyway, yeah. I'm going to sleep. I go sleep.
Okay, you'll do that. As I said, you all it'll probably be a long night. She kind of gives a little bit of a half smile at that. I will have a couple of the servants here assisting me, as long as that's okay.
Okay.
And the servants help get Osman to one of the guest bedrooms, and they disappear for the night. All right. So
I will tell the servants that he needs to be watched and physically secured to the bed when at all possible.
Got it.
He's part of an ongoing investigation with the Ducal Guard and cannot be allowed to leave.
All right, they've got it. And otherwise, you guys have... So Mira will be taking a watch all night, as per tradition. Who would like to be watching with her? First watch.
I am.
All right, Strigon first. Please give me a int notice. No one is more practiced at very subtly staring out of windows without being noticed than Strieg.
Yep.
Truly, there's one thing this man is a absolute prodigy at.
And it's being a paranoid bitch.
Hey, depending on context, he can be a paranoid asshole, too.
That is true.
So, with that, Mira kind of like, I imagine that, like, you know, to keep track, like, Mira just kind of gives that, all right, so, I'll go check this wing, you check that one, and we'll meet back here in the middle in a little while. And gives a little smile of confidence that everything's gonna be okay.
Just kind of nod and head off.
Alright. You nod and head off.
At least you don't nod off.
My brain broke trying to respond to that joke, Dave. I was like, what? Anyway, so you each keep your watches. Mira reports nothing strange, though. Streak, you do note twice during the couple of hours that you're kind of keeping watch, there is someone who argues or interacts with one of the guards at the gate. Not long, but like you notice it at least, like, obviously you can't keep your eyes on the gate 24/7, but at least twice during the couple of hours that you're making your rounds, you see what seems to be the same person based on silhouette, arguing, talking, interacting with one of the two guards at the gate.
Can I tell anything about the interaction from where I'm seeing it, or just shapes in the distance?
You can't make out a lot. The first time it seemed kind of like a drunk guy wandering up, arguing or begging for money or something, then leaving. The second time seemed a little more cordial, like a bit of a conversation. The second time was a little bit longer as well. Like you took a look out as they were kind of talking, but it was maybe a couple of minutes. But beyond that, you can't really make out anything.
What's the guard schedule for shift changing?
There are essentially they have the overnights, which is like, you know, 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. type, and then the 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And other than that, like, there's always, like, that's the reason there's two, so there's always one. Like, even when one's on break, the other one will be there.
Mm-hmm.
So, in total, from what you guys know, there are probably, I'd say, 14 total guards employed by the estate specifically for estate duties, of which there are going to be 4 on at the front gate any given day.
But only 2 on at night.
Well, 4 on is in 2 during the day and 2 at night, yeah.
You're right, yeah. Okay, I will mention it to Mira when we meet back up again.
Should we kind of give like a... That's strange. Maybe he was asking for food or a place to sleep. Maybe he just needed money.
Maybe... I don't know, maybe when Rohan starts his watch, I'll go out and talk to the guard and see what's going on.
She gives a nod and just... Could do it now. I can patrol your side too.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Alright. And I guess I go.
You head outside through the courtyard and make your way to the front gate, where you can hear one of the guards chuckling and the other one seems to be eating or chewing on something.
Kind of walk up and be like, all good? Saw someone come by a few times.
Oh yeah, that's Yancey. He's always begging for, you know, whatever. Mostly coin. sometimes food, mostly coin. Offered to get him a job. Apparently he worked as a guard out in, he kind of thinks for a minute. One of them little shit towns in, Eindorid for a while. Just weird because he says he didn't serve. I don't know what his deal is. Don't know where he... Never really thought about it too much, but, he just kind of shrugs at that point. Been coming around a few months now. Like I say, it's just Yancy.
Okay. And I head back in.
And as you kind of like are walking away, you can hear the two of them chuckling at another joke. They are either very relaxed or very well paid or some combination thereof based on everything you've seen of the guards in your time here at the estate. Otherwise, nothing else interesting happens over the course of your watch streak. You tagging out for somebody else?
That
I
would be
believe
me.
Rohan was next.
Yes.
All right. Does Ron get a debrief or?
Yes.
All right. A debrief of the incredibly interesting beggar who comes around nearly nightly to ask, well, not nightly, but sometimes to ask for free stuff.
Yeah. I'm still skeptical, but yeah. I think I'm just like, well, I would think it was someone in disguise, but the person who would be in disguise is downstairs missing an arm, so I guess we know it's not him. But I mean, a Bright could be in disguise also. Anyway, I will keep an eye out.
All right. Please give me an int notice.
I roll one once, maybe. Okay, not bad. I'll take that.
Damn. I mean, where Mira's lacking, y'all are picking up.
Nice.
Mira explains to you essentially the rounds that her and Shrieg were doing, and of course offers the same thing of if you just want to take Shrieg's route, she can keep on hers.
Sure.
Kind of gives that question of like, you know, she gives you like that vibe, and then just like, are you sure that what those things, those Umbre are coming for us? Can they?
I have no idea, honestly.
Guards did say the city's safe.
I mean, I don't even think the guards are safe, so I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. I figure it's a small price to pay to keep watch for one night, because we're probably leaving tomorrow anyway, so.
She gives an idle nod and continues her rounds. You do yours as well. You see the purported Yancy once more spending a moment interacting with the guards before being not quite herded off, but after a moment you can see he's kind of like told off and he leaves.
I'll like take a minute to duck out to talk to the guards when I don't know, when I have a second, I guess, and just be like, is it normal for him to come back 3 times in one night?
Oh, not really. It's strange aside, really. I mean, I've seen him twice, but I mean, you didn't have to smell him. Man's absolutely fucking shit-faced. Honestly, I think he's just lonely. Don't know where he lives. Like I said, offered him a job, said he was telling Strig about it. used to, work as a guard out in some town in Eindarid, but says he didn't serve in the brigade, which is weird, and then, I don't know. I think the man just says what comes to his head. Not really ever been this drunk, shit-faced, plastered fucked before, so he gives a little shrug at that. I mean, there's, you know.
That's fair. I'm just a little paranoid tonight, so...
Oh, think we should, detain him, have him, taken by the, Ducal?
Maybe just, if I'm around if he comes back again, just maybe wave me down. I'll keep an eye out around here. Cool. And then I will go back to rounds.
They give a nod and just kind of give that, yeah, of course.
I fucking wish I didn't use my last spell slot on that useless Aussie. God damn it. That's what happens.
Ozzy can waste your spell slots without even being conscious. He's so powerful. He has such a hold on you. Oh,
I fucking hate that guy.
As you're heading back in, Mira kind of like comes running towards you. Dr. Mimi is leaving apparently. Looks like he's MacBraonan's gonna be stable and he's okay. He's gonna survive and he's conscious-ish, she said.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess whenever rounds are done, I'll check on him, but he probably needs sleep more than anything, so.
She gives a nod. About another hour and a half go by, and nothing else of interest happens.
Nice.
Who you tagging in?
I guess, I mean, Frey will kill me, so I guess Garett.
Yeah, I'll tag in.
All right, Garett, if
I'll
you
fill
would like
Garett
to.
in on everything as well.
Okay.
So he's aware.
If you'd like to give me an notice.
And notice. Change that to int and give it a riggedy roll. It's an 11.
Alrighty. You guys are killing it with these. I don't get to have any fun.
Yeah.
Did I say that?
World was good with other things.
So, Garett, as you're the first maybe hour and a half, nothing happens. You're getting to that point where that familiarity of just kind of losing your sanity during a watch that you had on the road, that you had during your time in the brigade, it all comes back, and all those coping mechanisms of trying to ignore the boredom just come back, and it gets dull. No matter how dangerous, no matter where the umbral threat, wandering around staring at the darkness never quite gets interesting. Off-putting, sure, but never really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But for better or worse, eventually there is a... you see one of the guards talking to someone, and then the other one quickly heading up the courtyard towards the door.
Yeah, so the guard is coming up to like where everyone else is.
Yeah, like heading towards the door of the estate.
All right, I will make my way down to see the guard.
As he comes in, he just, right, I need to speak with Mr. Rowan.
He went to sleep, but I'm covering for his shift. What's going on? Is that guy came back?
Oh, yes, Yancey came back again.
All right. I'm gonna go up and see what's going on with Yancey. If he's really just, I'm not gonna like walk right up to the gate. I'm just gonna like try to like stick directly out of eye contact of Yancey.
All right, just out of eye contact, like off to the side.
Yeah, like off the side and try to observe like what's going on, see if I can notice anything weird about him or if he's just a drunk guy who's being drunk.
He just kind of like stumbling. You can kind of see as you're like sneaking up, which he's obviously not paying attention. He's kind of not arguing with the guard, but like annoyed by him, and he's got what seems to be an empty bottle in his hand, and he just, I'm not really sure what now. Come on, just a little bit. There's, and he kind of like vaguely points. Bed, nap, tired. The guard just, Yancey, you can come back. We'll get you something at sunrise at least to eat, but we got nothing overnight for you. I'm sorry, I spoke with someone in charge and they didn't say anything could change. And he just, you know what, buddy? Fuck you. And he grabs the bottle and hoists back and just launches it as hard as he can into the courtyard, where it shatters against the ground near one of the fountains. Oi, there was no need for that, and Yancey just and begins stumbling off.
Is he moving? Is he how covered up with like? Is he covered up with like a cloak or?
Yeah. I mean, it's been snowing pretty like on and off heavy. So yeah, I mean,
does he look like he has multiple arms and is not a branch monster?
I would say he does have 2 arms. Yes, which means it's almost definitely not MacBraonan, who is sleeping in a room in the house, as far as you know.
But does he look like he has 4 arms, possibly? Or, like,
no.
Is his head visible?
I mean, yeah, his head's visible.
Okay, I just want to make sure
again, it is someone that they recognize.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like a branch monster hiding under a cloak, pretending to be this guy.
I'm more worried it's a Bright in disguise.
Yeah.
So that's...
But I will go check out that bottle that he threw.
Yeah. Get rid of that shit. Sorry, I'm asleep, but I'm so paranoid after he pulled one over on us last time.
Rowan's sitting there asleep. Get rid of that shit. Get rid of that shit.
Correct.
Just mumbling in his sleep.
Absolutely correct.
God. Yeah, so you watch the guy like stumbling off, Garrett, and that's it? You're heading back?
Well, I want to check out that bottle just to see, like, is it actually alcohol? Is it, like, what is it?
It smells like an empty wine bottle.
Okay. Fair enough. Just wanted to see, like, if there was anything, like, that stuck out weird. Maybe the smell, like, being not of alcohol. And,
I mean, the bottle seems
around with the...
kind of nice. Like, it didn't break into a ton of pieces. Like, enough that you can't really make out exactly how big it is without playing, you know. Humpty Dumpty with it, but
Right,
like,
right, yeah.
yeah, there's a couple of big chunks in there.
No, I don't care enough about that. We'll have someone sweep that up in the morning, but
Nothing. Never mind. It's fine.
I know, but it's a wine bottle. And we'll go on from there.
Garrett, we have somebody in our party who spies with the rocks.
All right, fine. Maybe I'll have Mira take a look at it to see if there's any magic about the bottle.
Thank you. You guys are killing me.
Oh.
Gonna have an aneurysm.
You go and get Mira, who comes out to the courtyard and focuses for a moment. And... No, it seems to just be a broken wine bottle. Can I clean it up?
If you would
Or
like,
did you want to
sure.
leave it here?
Well, I was gonna have one of the servants clean it up in the morning, I guess, because
Oh,
it's
they
dark
work
and you
plenty
don't want to
hard.
miss.
I can do it.
Okay.
Oh. So... She cleans it up, and eventually you guys... Yeah, nothing else happens, Garrett. It's a cleared out night.
All right. Yeah, that's basically it then.
Anyone else gonna take another watch, or?
I mean, I guess we could wake up Will.
All right, you gotta have Will do it.
I mean, it's either that or Frey, so, you know.
I mean,
It's
someone
up to
can wake
Garrett.
up Frey if they want.
It's Garrett's choice. He's the one who's
Yeah,
awake,
Garrett's
so-
the one awake. Garrett's the one who gets to choose who's getting woke up for the last one, or no one. Mira can just do it our own.
Did we lose Garrett?
Did we lose Dave?
Dave is typing.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, Dave's having issues. Alright, well, in that case, we'll have the great Garrett vote party. There's 3 of you left who would, Oh, there it is. Wake up, Will. Alright.
Great.
Alright, and Mr. Abney will go ahead and... Well... Somebody had to get the bad roll. But, couple of hours later, with seemingly nothing happening, you are not all awoken at once as if on a timer or anything, but, you know, it is sunrise. People start waking up. There's more activity in the house. It's a new day for the gang. What is the plan?
Well, I guess we go talk to Thaddeus first. Well, has it been 2 days since I last saw him, or is it just the next day?
I think it's been 2 days.
Okay. I feel like he told me to give him a few days, so... I mean, we're leaving after this, I think, so I don't have any more days, but...
Actually, I think it was yesterday we saw him.
Damn.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
Oh yeah, it was in the morning. Yeah. It was like very early in the morning, the first thing.
Yeah.
That's what it
Okay,
was.
you're right. Damn. All right. Well, I mean, today's the day we have, so.
I mean, he's there. It's not like he was leaving. He was looking into something for you. So you might just want to just pop in anyways and be like, hey, I know you said to come back in a couple days, but do you know what this is?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, I will go. If anyone wants to come with me, they're welcome.
I'd actually like to see how MacBraonan is doing. See if he's up for a chat.
Okay.
All right. So, in that case, Frey, we'll do that first. Frey, you head over to, you can see MacBraonan is vaguely, like, he's in that state where, like, you know, he's half asleep because of surgery, but, like, not tired. And, when you come in, there's a servant who is there who just kind of, like, stands up and comes over to you, and she just, he's been, in and out all night. I still to keep an eye on him, and, well, he does have his one arm shackled to, and she kind of motions to a nearby desk. Heavy oak bastard, not gonna be going anywhere, so.
Well, thank you. I'm going to, I'll just check up on him and see how he's doing, but, do you think you could fetch us breakfast?
She gives a nod. Of course.
But yeah, I think once she leaves, Frey will pull up a chair to sit beside the bed. Is MacBraonan, like, awake?
He kind of like, what a weird thing to be waking up to. Quote like this. And he kind of winces a little bit as he moves.
I can't quite imagine what she must be going through, but we had a surgeon come in the night. You were in good hands.
He kind of, like, winces and motions to his arm. Yeah, seems like it.
Well, you're certainly alive, and you have Garett to thank for that. But how are you feeling this morning, Mr. MacBraonan?
Oh, like I got rolled by the worldly beast, and I had a cheap surgeon do it without asking any questions.
And I think it's the most lucky that Garett was there at that time.
Wager. The chances were worse than a coin flip for the most part. Not quite sure why he saved me, given everything that happened, but... Oh, Mr. Frey, suppose we're in this together now, aren't we?
That's why we're hoping that you might be able to help fill in some blanks.
He gives a nod. Where are we, anyway?
With a friend. Don't worry, you're safe here.
Oh, very safe. Well, I heard... He kind of winces again and just, like, tries to sit up with his one arm and then notices it's, like, shackled. He can barely move it, and he has to, like, wiggle to sit up. From what I've heard, I didn't exactly have any luck finding you. Must be real damn safe.
Oh, quite. Apologies for the discomfort. Precautions you understand, of course.
He just gives a very, very slow, curt nod at that. So what is it? I owe the pleasure of your company this morning.
He gives a small smile at that. I fear my friends would be a little less kind with their questioning, so, well, I thought I might see if we could strike up a proper conversation for once.
He gives a nod at that.
How did you end up here? I mean, I know that there was some kind of history between you and this Rochelle that you apparently came here to replace, but...
Oh, I didn't come here to replace her. Came here to kill her. I did a right job of that.
And yet you ended up filling her shoes.
She owed me a lot of money. Didn't exactly have it on her, but she damn well had a business here that was bringing in the coin.
And what business was that exactly? I know that they were all involved with the attack.
Well, from what I wager, I don't quite understand all of it, but you see, she had a number of guards in her pocket, if you will. Some of them got paid out with coin, but eventually she realized it's easier to keep threats, I guess. Keep them in line a lot easier. But you see, people paying her didn't quite know the extent of it, so she seemed to be pocketing a lot of the difference.
And then you came along and pocketed quite the difference yourself.
He gives a nod. Well, the hope was to pocket some coin and then get out. I didn't realize how bad it was till I started looking into Koval, whatever that might have been. Of course, Koval turned out to be a lot more than I thought, and finding out about Robbins, that was something. You see, keeping guards in line and not asking questions, making coin, that's one thing, but not about to be fucking with some brights.
Yes, Robbins. Do you know if there were other brights involved besides Robbins?
He kind of just purses his lips and shakes his head. As far as I know, Robbins was a unique case here to make sure the whole operation was running smoothly. A bit of a guillotine, just to keep that threat there.
He gives a...
know about Robbins till long after you all disappeared while I thought you were gone.
So you weren't working for anybody at that point.
I was working for my own coin purse.
And then Robin showed up to throw a wrench and all that. So while Frey is having this conversation, he is kind of, keeping an eye on MacBraonan to his body language and the like, just to see if he can, catch how truthful he's being.
Sure, give me a wisdom into it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, there's a moment. He seems to be as forthright as possible, given his limited range of movement, the presumed drugs he's still on, whatever painkillers they gave him, and everything else. He seems to be as forthcoming as possible thus far, anyway.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So Frey will continue on with. Do you know if there's anybody above Robbins?
He just shakes his head. Couldn't say for sure. I mean, something's gotta be running things out in Koval.
Yes, Carval, it certainly is a name that keeps coming up. What... You said you looked into it a bit yourself. What did you find out? I know it's been used as a threat to keep your people, your former people, under control.
Hey, from what I thought, it was some sort of camp, prisoner camp, where likely was keeping people, but they used them for sacrifices, some sort of blood magic shite.
He frowns at that.
Guards here, they're all part of smuggling them out. Get someone who won't be missed on the road. If they end up back here, or somebody who commits a heinous enough crime, they get out of the city, send them to Koval. Just turns out, using some family members too, apparently. Don't know how they determine the difference out there. For as I'd wager, let's say half the god's family members sent to Koval to be kept or already dead, probably. Let me make this clear. That was not my doing. I wasn't about to start some sort of mass murder spree, I just wanted revenge.
It's all too easy to find yourself in over your head. Stepping into affairs like this, in a city like this.
Look,
but
whatever happens now, and he looks at you and just... He looks serious and, put together for a moment. Not like he's being cocky or condescending, and... I know I'm not really in a position, but... one favor I'd like to ask of you.
I'll listen.
I have a safe house out in the commons. I could tell you where it is. I got a stash of coin there. If you could get that back to I got someone the Scalera family. They're out in he kind of winces, and he just gathers his thoughts again. The Escalera family, they're out in Alice here.
Does Frey know that name?
Give me an int now.
Okay. Nope.
Fairly, not insanely common, but, it's a last name. There's no famous family you know of with it.
Okay. They must be important to you.
Yeah, sure. There's something. My, sister likely killed her. It's her family.
He's saying that this is his sister's family?
Yeah.
Okay. he likely killed her?
Blakely killed the sister.
Oh, Blakely. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I promised I would take care of him. If anything happened to my sister.
Right.
That's all I need.
Ray gives
I'll die, whatever you need me to do, turn myself in. Doesn't really matter.
Well, we came chasing after you because... Well, you're wanted for those murders back at the bridge.
He gives a nod. Aye. You want to turn me in for that, that's fine. Just keep our family out of it.
I will.
I won't fight back.
I don't know if I'll ever see Alistair again, but we'll do what we can.
He gives an appreciative nod. Wish I could offer my services, but he motions to his now missing arm. Things are all less. And he gives a shrug.
Well, you've been helpful already. Is there anything I can get you? Or anything we can call one of the servants to fetch you? Hopefully have breakfast here soon.
Wait. And he lifts up the shackle. You take this off? I'm not really planning on going anywhere.
That I'll talk to my friends about, but we'll see if we can at least make you a little more comfortable.
Where could I even go at this point? City's on lockdown, I'm sure. Plenty of people know want me dead at this point.
Well, even if I could, I don't have the key.
He purses his lips at that. Well, in that case, how about seeing who does and get me out of here?
Oh,
I'd just like the option to stand if I can. Sitting and waiting is not really my style. Least I could do is pace.
Oh, we'll see what we can do. But I will leave you to your thoughts for now. Or if there's a book, you could always fetch you something from the library if you'd like to read.
Not especially. I was never really the best at Parisian.
He gives a small smile. Well. Well, I'll leave you to your thoughts then. But, we'll stop by later once we figure out what's happening next.
He gives a nod and lays his head back on the pillow. And just doesn't quite pass out, but obviously wants to.
Okay. But yeah, so Frey will take his leave and head down to wait for whoever went out comes back so we can chat about stuff.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, I went. I don't know if anyone came with me, but yeah.
All right. So Rowan headed alone. All right.
Yes, so.
You make your way back to the Lucian Ray. Back to the office of your good friend Thaddeus Kian. The door is shut.
I will knock.
There is no response after maybe 30 seconds.
I will knock one more time just in case. a little harder.
You hear
Headphones
running almost, like someone who is definitely like in a hurry, and they head up, and you see this woman, maybe 18, 19, kind of a mess, her hair a mess. She looks like, and she just, were you looking for a Mr. Keon?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yes, he has had an extended day of work outside of the office today. I've been organizing all of his things. Please come in. And she like invites you in, and you can see everything is a mess.
Okay.
Like, there are books piled. It is not nearly as organized in any way as it was when last you were here.
Sure.
Books are piled. There are notes. Things are kind of a mess.
I think I just kind of like say to her, like, looks like it's in the messier before it gets cleaner stage of things.
Yes, things do have to be brought out before they can be put back in. What did you need? I could leave a message, or I could let him know when I see him later today.
Oh, you know, I do think it would be better if I speak to him directly.
Oh, well,
maybe
what's your name? I
just-
can let him know you came by.
It's Rohan.
Rohan. Okay.
Yes.
What was this in regards to?
I just needed to ask him if he had any knowledge about something that that me and some party members ran into. He's sort of an old friend of mine, and so I was hoping that he might have, you know, some inside knowledge. But if he doesn't, then I'll be on my way. But you know, if just want to ask him whenever I can.
She gives a nod. I'll let him know.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes. And she like doesn't like shove you out the door, but obviously she's busy, and she's just like, all right. I'll let him know that Ronald's looking for him. See you.
Did you want help cleaning up?
No, it's fine. I'm sure you have better things to do.
I mean,
Just called you Ronald. He's not gonna know who Ronald is.
I'm thinking to Garett, like, I'm looking for I want to look through this guy's notes, see if I can learn anything. Not like to spy on him, just like for, you know, magic stuff. But
Yeah.
it's Rohan actually. Not
Rohan. Yeah.
Yes. But no, I mean, if you do need help, I'm happy to spend a little while.
No. This is
Okay.
I'm
Understood.
fine. All right.
Sure.
You go. I will take care of this. I will let him know when he is around.
Okay, great. Thank you. I will head out.
And she shuts and locks the door behind you.
Great.
Like, the second you're out the door, she's doesn't slam it shut, but she shuts it, locks it.
This person was legit, right?
What do you mean? Yes, she was a person.
I mean, like, this wasn't a disguise, at least.
I don't know, like, she wasn't like hiding herself in a cloak or anything. Like, you could see her face. You were maybe a foot away from her at some points.
Well, I'm saying it wasn't a magical disguise. I'm at the Lucian Ray. I have true sight, so I can see through some stuff.
Yeah. No, she didn't seem to be in any sort of magical disguise.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to remind me. Like I said, there's too much shit to juggle. You gotta remind me that you have.
That's fair.
You have that. So yeah, no, there was nothing magically disguising about her.
Okay. And I don't know if I ever ended up seeing Yancey, but like, if I don't think I did, right?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. I will head back for now then.
Yancey, I will say, Yancey did not have the build of a late teens girl at a college.
No, I wanted to know if it was somebody in disguise. But I would need to see him to see if he was in any magical disguise, so.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Alright, so. Yeah, Lee brings up a good point. Was that sus or was that sus?
Very sus.
Oh.
Absolutely.
But anyway. Anything else you need to do?
No. I will head back.
All right. Garett, Strieg, anything you guys are doing over the morning?
I'm really just kind of trying to spend time with Viv. I probably would have checked in um on MacBraonan to make sure that he's not, dead.
When you would have checked in with him, that yeah, that'd probably be relevant. He just, Garett in the flesh. Did Frey talk to you about? He kind of like holds up the shackle.
Yeah.
Said he was gonna let me out. Well, he said he was gonna try and let me out. Oh, he said he was gonna talk to everyone else about whether or not I wanted to be let out.
Are the
he
ends
kind
of
of
that
half implied it, to be honest.
Are the ends of that shackle covered in leather and or fuzzy?
He holds it up. The metal shackle. His eyes
metal.
glaze over in slight annoyance.
I wasn't asking him. I was asking you.
Oh, no, they are metal.
Okay, they're all metal. All right, I wasn't sure if that was a Zane special shackle.
No. I had a good joke if you asked that in character too.
Yeah. No. All right. Look. I have some very mixed feelings about associating with you here because of what you've done to others and to a smaller degree to us. Right now, we're keeping you here because we need some information, but I'm not... I can see what we can do about maybe getting a longer shackle, but...
Look, I'm not going anywhere. There's no chance. Where am I gonna go? Like I was telling your friend Frey. Can't exactly go anywhere without someone recognizing me.
Well,
sure,
the next place...
Close to a persona non grata at this point with most of the rest of them.
Yeah, well, at the very least, we're gonna need a list of whom you know who was involved in Blakesley's.
You think I could remember that?
Well, if you remember certain individuals, we can track those individuals down.
I mean, I'm
and
sure
get
if you
others.
pointed out gold, I could guess, but Eddie handled most of that.
Alright.
How'd you explain this to Frey? I kind of just slipped in and replaced the management. I was just in for the coin, was ready to get out. I seem like the bookkeeping type.
That's true. You're more the action man.
Truth be told, I'd be in charge. I'm more of a point me at someone you want dead and I can handle it type.
Yeah, we've
It honestly
seen
works
that.
a lot better when you just told someone needs to be killed and dealt with, kidnapped, what have you, and you don't really need to ask questions. It's always in the questions, the nitty-gritty, that things kind of get a little bit messy. Things get a lot harder. And when you're the one who has to answer them, that's just the worst.
Well, alright, well, mostly I'm here just to make sure he didn't die in the middle of the night.
Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna make it.
So, but we'll see about that chain for now, and I will turn around and walk out.
All right. You head out. Anything else for Strieg, Frey, or Garett over the morning?
I would like to take a walk by the Palace District and see if it looks bad.
It is still on lockdown. When you get to the gate, it is still on full lockdown like it was yesterday.
And it doesn't look like there was any massive explosions in there as far as I can tell.
No, there's no news of anything new that you've heard or seen mention of.
Interesting. Okay.
Anything else for Strieg to check out?
I don't think so.
Alright, well, eventually you guys get all back together at the Valari estate. Late morning, like, 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll let the others know that Thaddeus wasn't there. There was a possibly suspicious, possibly useless assistant or something there, who said she'd pass on the message, but I wouldn't.
What a lovely couple of possibly useless, possibly suspicious.
I think you're getting a little too suspicious about the assistant. I think it's probably fairly normal for a professor to have some form of assistant to help with paperwork and classes and stuff.
It's not that he had an assistant, it's just the vibe.
The vibe of a harried college student who's also working part-time as his assistant.
The vibe with which she pushed me out of the room. I know that there's good reasons for that, but I don't know, just feels... Look, currently I'm on edge because the last person we trusted did try to kill us, so... I feel like...
Tried to kill me.
Yes, exactly.
Now, to play devil's advocate, you also have trusted many servants and guards in the employ of Valari, and none of them have betrayed you as far as you know.
Yet. I mean, I only trust them because we have to. We don't have anywhere else we can stay at this point. But also, we at least have tested their loyalty by the fact that nobody found us the whole time we were staying here. So, but I don't know, this fucking Thaddeus' assistant from Adam. So
fair enough. I guess the next big thing is, what are we going to do with MacBraonan? He doesn't seem like he knows a lot. It really seems like he kind of came in mid-level and tried to make some money and get out.
I had a rather interesting conversation with him this morning. Yes, there was much that, like you said, and he was apparently rather unaware of what was happening in Corval. He thought it was some kind of prison camp, which I think it crossed our minds as well, but he said that he found out that they're actually using the prisoners there for blood sacrifices.
Oh, great.
And he suspects that probably half of the families that were taken there to keep the guards under control, they could very well be beyond saving.
Right, but you don't tell them that. Of course.
Well, yes.
So then it sounds like Sorry, you were saying.
Oh, well, no, I was just gonna say that he isn't aware if there are any other Brights involved or if there's anybody above Robbins.
Well, I was gonna say it definitely sounds like if we want to see about these guards, if we can prove that his organization, Blakesley's organization, has sacrificed their families, that will at least break the hold that they have over the guards, or will sacrifice their families regardless of what the guards do.
Yeah.
And maybe get us some of those guards back. I can understand doing things you don't want to because your family is in danger, but we need to get rid of him, turn him over to someone. It just, I don't want to just turn him straight into the guards, because that's how he'll, we don't know who's good or not. And with,
we feel like we should take him back to Puntamen. I know it's a little out of our way, but I feel like that's kind of the job.
they're not going to be, that would be a good spot. Turn him over there.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we got the job to get him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I may,
And we got to travel with him for that whole distance.
that's what I am a little concerned about. If they're killing people in Caraval, I mean, obviously we don't know what the situation is. We don't know how many people they have there right now, how many we could even save, but...
And the longer we take to go there, the less there are to help.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know that there's a lot that we can do for the people in court. I mean, like, I think we should go. I think we'd get some answers, but as far as helping the people, I'm not saying no, but just given how yesterday went, it doesn't feel like it feels like we're kind of outmatched here.
But yesterday it was Garett alone. If we're more properly prepared, if most of us don't get locked out, then he'll have the rest of you at least with him.
Yeah, that's true.
Not joining in there, Frey?
I mean, I'll come, of course. I'm a little uncertain about. He kind of holds up his own hands. I did speak to someone who gave me ideas for how I might be able to find a way to better control this, but I don't particularly like the options that he laid out. And I don't know if I can do that.
Okay.
But I try and help however I can. And I'd like to try.
I mean, you've been helpful every time so far, so.
He just kind of gives a non-committal shrug at that.
Well, So, what's our first plan of action then?
We definitely have to investigate Corval.
Yeah.
We have to also figure out what we're going to do with MacBraonan. I definitely think that dropping him off at Point Tamin would be a good option, but I think it'll take too long.
I think maybe we could keep him here until we get back.
My only concern is that those things can actively track him, and will track him here, leading to a fight with the guards and the servants, but that might not be a bad option. Not to fight with the guard and the servants, but leaving him here. We don't know enough about those things to know whether that would be a bad thing or not.
Well, as of now, we don't really have any evidence that they can track.
That's true.
I mean, that man had to summon them with magic, and well, if the Robins rigged your home to explode, then he must have had an idea of where MacBraonan would have been in the first place.
True.
Seems like if they could track, they would have already been here.
Yeah.
And would have woken up if there was an attack in the night.
I'm personally less worried about something showing up and more worried about him talking his way out of here or something.
Oh,
But-
you will absolutely try.
Yeah, of
He
course.
tried with me.
Of course. I mean, as much as I hate him, like, you can't fault an imprisoned man for trying to break out. I mean, that is in our nature. So
I mean, if the situations were reversed, I absolutely would talk all of you into releasing me.
absolutely, you'd probably be more successful too.
He did tell me that he has a safe house in the city.
Interesting. Did he tell you where it was?
No, but I'm sure he would, because he
I-
actually did ask for a favor.
What favor did he ask
Okay.
for?
To take the money he has there and bring it to a family in Alisir. His sister's family. Apparently Blakely killed his sister, and that's what started all of this.
Okay. I mean, that's good to know.
I feel like that's something we could do.
If we go back to Alisir.
I admit I'm a bit nervous about the prospect of going back to Alisir.
Yeah.
I think the blood cult might be a bit of a bigger concern.
That's true. This skull can wait until later.
Right.
But,
Does he know anything about Roland? I know it seemed
Oh,
like he didn't.
no, he didn't know anything about Roland. He was very much... Who's that guy?
Maybe we can ask him again, just now that he's in a more cooperative mood, let's say.
I don't think he'll give us a different answer. We can ask. I'm not saying we can't ask, but I don't think he'll give a different answer. He seemed very surprised when I asked about Roland.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, but
I hate to say it, and this might be a shot in the dark, but it's not only the families of the guards they're holding in Corval, it's also... He mentioned other travelers pulled off the road.
So maybe they got
Someone-
Roland
Oh,
and...
fuck
Roland
me.
off the streets.
yeah.
God damn it.
I think we need to go to Corval.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
But
That poor kid cannot
Maybe
get
I
a break.
could ask William if he could stay and keep an eye on. Not to totally usurp Streak's wonderful idea in the chat.
I put it there for a reason.
Okay, thank you. It's a good idea. And Frey
He's
would
not allowed to have good
volunteer it.
ideas.
Yes, I could ask William if he would stay and keep an eye on
Yeah.
McBrennan.
Yeah, I think Will is maybe the only person I trust in the city at this point, other than us.
I do think keeping him here would be better than leaving him at his own safe house. He's gonna know all sorts of little bolt holes and bullshit at his safe house.
Oh, absolutely.
That's quite true.
And as Rowan says that, like, Viv's just loading the gun in the background.
Of course, not counting Viv. I meant Viv is included in us. I literally thought of that, and then I was like, no, wait, that's a... No, I love Viv. I trust Viv more than I trust myself. Well, that's not a high bar.
So with that, I guess I have no idea what your guys' next move is outside of this discussion. Like,
I think we leave Will with Ozzy, and we all go to Corvallis. Seems like the plan.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah. All in favor? Aye.
Frey lifts his hand.
I wouldn't say in favor, but I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Mira's hand is in an awkward state of quantum. There's a bit of a Schrodinger's hand situation going on.
Amazing.
Unfortunately, it won't be observed for about 7 days.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I do have to ask, are you guys going to be having, like, a full conversation with MacBraonan before leaving? Or is it just more one-on-ones for him to convince you to let him go?
I don't want to see that guy, because I'll kill him, so...
I mean, Frey can stop in there again and ask him one more time about Roland just to double check, but... But otherwise, I think he's content with where their conversation ended up. And he'd go and, like, tell him what they're planning to do.
Yeah, I would... Rowan would be like, take Streak with you, because... 1, Streak can serve as a reminder of what Roland looks like, and 2, Streak will make sure you don't fall for his bullshit.
I can stand in the background.
Good.
Well, anything else you guys need to do? Any more preparations? It's, I suppose it's time to arm up before Corval.
Oh, by the way, Streak, I got this knife off of MacBraonan. I thought you might find it interesting. And I'll pass over that knife that to Streak.
Take it, flip it over in my hand.
It
It's a good
is,
knife.
yeah, it is very thin. The handle is little more than just dull. Like, it's like it was like a single piece of iron where half of it was sharpened and half of it was just kind of left dull. It's very thin and easily palmable. Very well made.
Slip it up my sleeve.
Very light as well.
Don't we also still have that cyanide? I mean, it's not actually cyanide, but you know, the thing that guy tried to swallow and kill himself with.
I think so. I don't know. If it's in somebody's inventory, then you have it.
I think it's in Mira's or Streeg's.
Check
Somewhere.
Mira's.
Yeah.
Nope, not in Mira's.
Okay, well, that's fine then.
Someone probably has it but didn't write down that they have it, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Streak does have 3 keys for a Sacred Blade office, though.
I do still have that.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the session where you guys go back like through your inventories and just start dumping trash out on the side of the road.
Rohan will collect it all behind us.
Only the magical trash.
Yeah. Oh my god, who would throw out perfectly good keys? These might go to something. Rowan just starts grabbing them. Oh god.
Would like
Keys
to point
to a
out.
Sacred Blade office could be really useful. So.
Yeah. And then
I'll stand by that
6 months later, Streak's like, "Why do you have keys? I threw away 6 months ago."
I'm still carrying around the fucking royal talisman thing that is worth like more than any of us will ever see. Fucking crazy.
Oh.
I have a note here that my hand axe is broken. Would I have gotten that repaired?
I would have assumed at some point you would have. You
Okay.
definitely would have been able to.
'Cause that broke when we were fighting the monster that almost killed me, the glass monster.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so if you guys have any preparations, any shopping, anything else you need to do?
Okay, I will offer one thing to the group. I clearly am not in favor of this, but I feel like it's my responsibility to say. I can give Ozzy his arm back, because if I disguise him, like, it will replace missing limbs, and arguably once he has his limb back, he could disguise himself, and then he could stay in that disguise however long he wants, and keep his arm that way.
Now, I will say, you do not need 2 arms to cast the spell.
Oh, really? Okay, so then he can just disguise himself. But okay, that's fine then. Screw him.
Can he?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he has true disguise, because that one guard, or at least something very similar, because that one guard that came up to us at Prince Aemon, where I was like, no, that guy's disguised as something. I saw through his illusion.
He cast the disguise on the guard to make him look like a guard, but he wasn't actually a guard. He was just some random guy.
Yeah. Also, he disguised himself as me, although I guess I don't know if that was like because I can cast it, he used my spell slot to cast or something, but you know.
It's almost like you should interrogate your prisoner better.
Nah, fuck that guy.
You know what? It would be helpful to find out how he did that thing with the magic trick.
You can ask him if you want.
Well, I figured you're the magic guy. You might want to know how he did that and see if it's something that's preventable. But
I do want to know. Fine. Okay, fine. I'll go talk to him. Fine.
Oh, by the way, it has been another day, so any spell slots spent would be back at this point.
Yeah. Cool. I'll go talk
maybe
to him.
Thaddeus is back.
I mean, if Frey and Streak want to join me, they're welcome, of course. Probably somebody should, so I don't kill him.
Frey will join you just to make sure you don't punch him again.
Rowan is definitely like, hold me back, Teddy.
I will also come because I'm not sure Frey could actually physically hold Rohan back.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, like, on top of that, Rowan's not, like, the most threatening. Like, he comes off as kind of like a jovial guy who's always wearing nice clothes. Like, he's not the guy who, like, hold me back, bro. You're gonna be like, oh, shit, hold him back.
Until he does. And then it's...
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, 7 strength, 11 con. Rowan is not a physically threatening person at all.
No.
Oh, but I wouldn't use my... I mean...
No one else can... Those are the 2 you can physically see when someone's being held back, though.
I mean, yes, that's fair. Alright. Alright, I'll go talk to this
Though,
motherfucker.
admittedly, considerably more threatening than Frey.
Yeah, Frey does have a strength of 4.
Frey can hold back a small animal.
He struggles with a cat.
I don't think Frey would even fuck with a Pomeranian, though. That shit's scary. It just starts vibrating while growling at his hands. He,
Oh, beautiful.
God. So,
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to him.
all right. And he kind of just sits up again as you... Are you knocking as you go in, or just going in?
No, fuck that.
And he just... Guess I'm Mr. Popular today, huh? You all have time to talk over my predicament. He holds up his arm and, like, tightens the chain as he pulls his arm away from the desk.
Well, I wanted to kill you, but I've been outvoted, so I wouldn't push your luck.
Right.
I have a few questions for you, and then I'm gonna leave you alone. The first question is, you said yesterday that you didn't know who Roland was, and you don't know anything about him. I want to make sure if that's true.
Well, I'd say process of elimination and all. He's probably the one who looked a lot like a very uncomfortable French streak.
Yes.
Given he's the only one seeing here missing that, what can I say, those two girls with they didn't really look like a Roland type.
Yeah. So do you know where he is?
I don't. As far as I know, he left with the rest of you, and then you all appeared and he didn't.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
Well, answer a question of mine, Mr. Rowan.
You can ask.
How'd you all do it? Get out,
Do what?
confirm it with everyone that you were gone and still here. Had to have some big help for that.
We have friends.
Yeah, but there's friends and there's... I'm practically being in bed with something regarded as the Navy of Volcania. It's a little bit different.
Sounds like you know the answer.
Maybe I shouldn't be making questions when A kind of like winces a little bit sitting up and adjusting himself. But when you got someone who's so close to the Duchess herself.
I mean, you should be thankful currently. He's your host.
Yeah, but we're not exactly in his house. Trust me, I've been in the whole thing. Rigged it and everything. All I ever really wanted you all to do was fuck off, which seemed to be the one thing you didn't want to.
Putting a gun to someone's head is only a good way to get them to do what you want if they're cowards. And I think you'll find we're not cowards. Idiots maybe, not cowards.
I mean, surprised enough they'd sent you in here. Thought the reason they were keeping you out was because you didn't trust me.
I don't.
And knowing what you know about me, why would you come in here?
I want to know how you did what you did back in Pointamen. How did you...
You don't know.
No, I don't. How did you...
Truly, they're not cowards, just idiots.
Yeah.
That's how I'm apt. A lot of mages, they can see magic, sure. Me, I could swipe it. Not forever, mind, but I can focus and borrow it, I suppose is a better way.
Is that the only way you're able to cast magic?
Hey, just about can't really use my own, just to borrow others.
I
Thought that's why they were keeping you out. And again, I mean, Frey came in this morning. Figured I should have. Maybe you're just idiots. Still best of me, though. So
Like, everyone check your spell slots.
if you try any funny business, Strieg will kill you, and he doesn't use magic, so I'm not worried.
He looks over at Strieg. On the contrary. That's as magical as anyone I've ever seen.
He's had some interesting experiences lately, but his arrows are very real, I promise.
Well, if I were going to try something, it would be getting me out of here, and I'm under the assumption you're all going to do that one way or another without me having to do anything, and on top of that, you kept me out of Robin's clutches, so I feel like we're on a bit of an even ground. I owe you a little bit.
Good. It's really unfortunate that you had to kill those guards in Puntamen. I think
A little regretful, but I was in a bit of a hurry. Blakely's good at disappearing, and well, I knew where she was, had to take my chance.
you didn't have to. You just decided that what you wanted
Oh,
was
I
more
did.
important than
She killed my
several
sister.
people's lives.
I wasn't going to let that lie. Let
You
it lie
killed a
for
lot of
years.
people's family members. Killed a lot of people's family members. All of the rest of it I could maybe forgive, but
Saying you've never been the cause of untoward death?
I don't forgive myself for it either.
Maybe you should. Make you feel better.
There's more important things than feeling better,
Yeah,
like
but
being
what? Being what?
better.
Much as you're gonna hate hearing it, I like who I am.
That's the problem. If you didn't, I'd respect you more.
Just shakes his head. Not looking for anyone's respect or validation. I got my revenge, and hopefully Frey will do me a favor, and we'll all be happy.
I look back at Frey, like, after this conversation, are you more inclined to do him a favor?
I think if things go well in Corval, if we find ourselves back in Alistair,
So you are heading to
think I'd do
Cornwall.
it.
Oh, right, fuck me. Didn't think anyone would actually head out there.
Well, that's our best lead on where Roland might be.
You think he might be there? Oh,
He's somewhere, and
captured transient. Corrupt guards, all that.
yeah,
And even if he's not, if we can shut down Corval, well, hopefully that will help us dismantle some of the corruption in Artavista.
Oh. As I said, I'm more than willing to take my piece. You want to bring me back to anywhere where I've committed crimes, have me see justice, that's fine, but am I allowed to present another option?
Well, listen.
I could join you in Corval.
And why would you want to do that?
Well, I'll be your vanguard, I go in first, see what I can do. And I gotta trust me there, but I might be able to get some information before that happens, and after that, we go our separate ways.
Is he being genuine here?
Frey is watching him very closely.
Give me another wisdom into it.
Okay.
He seems to be more than willing to risk his life for a chance at freedom rather than stay in this comfortable prison to eventually end up in a much worse one. Or
My
death.
real life blood is boiling. The fact that he would suggest this, my real life blood is boiling. I say nothing. I let Frey talk to him.
If I don't make it out of Corval, well, no skin off your backs. And if I do, well, I'll head back, I'll take care of everything. I'll take care of my sister's family.
Have you actually been to Corval?
Not as such. I mean, I was there for a few days, well, a couple of days. Month back or so. But whatever's going on, I was undercover and the town is not so forthcoming. It's still just a town.
Oh, interesting.
Now, in the interest of being forthcoming, I did have to capture one of the guards there and do a little bit of torturing to get him to tell me what was going on. Because I thought maybe Corval was a code word, it was so normal at first, but that's about the way it goes sometimes. I let him go and everything.
Oh, well, discuss it with the others.
He turns back to Rowan.
We get people here.
I
I
get up
really
and walk
would.
out, saying anything.
Well, I really would rather risk my life doing something to help you lot than end up back in some dark hole for the rest of my life. Please give me the option.
I walk out.
Frey, don't make any illusions that this is me becoming some hero like you lot who are going to travel the world saving people. I'm just trying to get myself a little bit of freedom.
Oh, don't worry, I have no illusions of the former. But I can certainly understand where you're coming from, despite the things that you've done.
He turns to Shriek as well. What about you?
What about me?
Can you at least let me go from, and he holds up the shackle again. Not going anywhere.
I'm not in charge here.
You certainly act like it sometimes. Staying in the back, letting everyone else do everything. Certainly as in charge of this as I was, what was going on with, well, my operation.
You got a weird way of being in charge, then.
Oh, I didn't really want to be. Like I told everyone, I just wanted some coin away to get out. Ended up very in over my head.
Seems like a you problem.
A little bit, that's why I'm trying to negotiate it into a... take on a more immediate problem now and then get out of it all later. Who knows, maybe some of the people in Corval haven't heard the news and I could get you guys some access. Take it over. I don't want to be in prison the whole life. Saying sweep, I'd rather you all execute me yourselves if that's the way you're gonna go about it.
Frey
I
will.
look at Frey.
Frey looks at Streak, and then he'll look back at McBrennan and we'll talk about it. And then he will head out of the room.
I will follow.
Where I imagine Rowan is heated in the hallway.
Oh, absolutely. I'm I'm real pissed.
Well, there's no harm in hearing him out.
No, I think it's always good to let people speak, but I was hoping he'd have a less stupid idea.
I don't know if it's really that stupid. I mean, obviously, he wants something very big out of it, but let's speak with the others.
I mean, the thing is, we do have Rohan who can make us look like anyone.
Exactly. And we just learned that he's not even a spellcaster. He can't cast spells unless we give up our spells, so what good is he really? He's just going in to be a human meat shield. Whatever, we should go talk to the others as well.
Alright, yeah. Frey definitely looked like he had something to say there, but he will save it for the meeting.
Yes, yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just meant to
No, that's
so you don't
okay.
have to repeat yourself in front of Garett again.
So, you call a house meeting as the afternoon starts to grow long.
We'll fetch something nice from Zane's wine cellar.
Nice.
Oh, you're getting McBrennan some nice wine?
No, it's for us.
Oh.
It's for us.
McBrennan only gets the cheap stuff, dollar store wine.
I mean, Frey
Technically,
will give
that's what
him
we were
some
supposed to
nice
get,
wine, too.
Anyway, so you all are able to meet up to discuss the plan.
Yeah. If yeah. Frey, feel free to say what you were gonna say earlier.
Well, to start with, McBrennan has offered to accompany us to Carval in exchange for his freedom after. And to let that settle for a moment.
Yeah.
I guess mostly with Garett and Mira.
Viv just kind of... But can't we just kill him afterwards anyway and just lie about agreeing to it?
That's definitely an option. One that I wouldn't feel too bad about following.
The man threatened...
He's already slipped away from us once before, though.
If we're gonna do that, I'd rather just kill him now.
But he could have useful information.
I mean, he
He
doesn't.
knows Carval. He knows something of the interior workings of the group. I mean, we, even under your spells, Rohan, we can only stumble in blindly. He would know how to communicate with them.
Yeah, but I mean, it's equally likely that they're waiting there to kill him. I mean, he might be more susceptible than all of us. They actually know who he is and know that he's persona non grata now.
At this point, Abney just kind of... I mean, sure, they might be waiting to kill him, but... Why? In what world would someone that they think is so dangerous and shrewd be stupid enough to go to the base of operations?
what are you saying? That they must not know that he's dangerous, or they must not know who he is, or
They must not know he'd be going there.
I mean,
Right?
yeah.
Be the last place they'd expect him to go. So wouldn't exactly be waiting to kill him.
No, but they might kill him all the same.
Not if they don't know what happened here.
Well, if they do kill him, and at this point Viv just kind of takes over. Yes, if they do, no harm, no foul.
I mean, I don't like it, but, it seems like you guys all want to do it.
Alright, we'll look over at Garett and Streak.
I don't trust him.
I don't trust him either.
Just feels too cute by half to me.
What's to stop him from going in and then pulling the alarm and sending the full army out to us?
Exactly.
Or just being so bad at it that he gets us all killed. I mean, like... I feel like a lot of things have to go right for this to be worth it, personally. But... I mean, also, frankly, I just don't like him, I just don't want to be on his team. I mean, especially right now, after like the last 3 or 4 people we've decided to trust turning on us, and it turns out being corrupt. To me, making sure that everyone who's on our team is someone we can trust is like at a premium to me right now. But...
Well, if that's what you all think, we can leave him here.
Yeah. I mean, do you still think that it would be worth it?
I do, yes. And I think there's a great deal of... There's a great deal of power just behind having those connections that know how.
Yeah. I mean,
And there's a risk. There's always a risk, but... Yeah, plan for every eventuality.
I'll look over at Viv and Will to see if...
Viv just kind of gives a shrug. I mean, in the end, I am not going to be going. I'm not exactly useful to fight anyway.
Yeah.
And she produces her flintlock pistol. I have one shot, and she holds it by the barrel and hands it out to... I guess Rowan's the closest, probably, so she just hands it. That's what I can offer your journey.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll hand her the one that I have that is not loaded.
She like, does a double take.
No bullets in this one. I've used the only one, but,
Oh, okay, so I can
transform.
threateningly point at someone if they attack me.
It's better than nothing, I guess, right?
Well, I mean, I
Throw it.
suppose I can bludgeon someone. Garett, could you teach me how to bludgeon someone to death with a handle of a flintlock?
I have a feeling you'll be
I never had much call the use of flintlock per se, and I prefer to avoid thinking about you bludgeoning anyone's skull in, but circumstances being what they are.
And she like pats you on the head. Can you relax? You're going to get through this fine. You'll come back from Corval, mighty heroes of all of Vicania. And then we need to talk about this fucking castle that you bought without my permission.
I mean, we didn't so much buy it as to have it gifted to us, but yes.
Can you not say no to a gift, Garett? Do you not have the capacity? If I'm not mistaken, it is not in Frey's name.
Oh, no, I stayed out of all of that.
Frey stayed out of that.
Yes, that is strange, but you could not. So what do we do with a castle, Garett?
I mean, I'm happy to take it off your hands.
Let me just make this clear. At no point will a single copper piece for the taxes of the castle and surrounding land being paid out to Fortuny Sol and the guilds and whatever other shite it is, at no point will a single copper be coming from our estate.
That's
Understand?
fair. That's fair.
We'll talk about what that means when you get back.
I mean, I do feel the need to point out, you might not have your current home anymore, so...
I might not have the literal home, but I am still a vehicle. And
of course, yes.
my cousin is still the Duchess.
Of course.
And the rest of my family are somewhere in between.
Yes. I just mean, you know, it's always possible that another house somewhere you could retreat to is
Not leaving Artificial. This is my home and I love it. And I'm not exactly going to get a lot of work with art in a castle in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, the job we went to do was related to art.
As
I take
as
your
Ven
points.
has to pan halfway across the map to remember where the hell Riverstone Keep is.
I don't remember either.
The far borders of the far border of like Vrayland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but I did actually have another thought about the whole MacBraonan and Carvald question.
Sure.
If you'd like, I could do a reading.
I'll allow it if you use the dancing candle.
All right. I will include the dancing candle if that will satisfy you.
Yes, it will.
Well, it will take a bit of time for me to get prepared for that.
Of course.
So
See,
I
now
suppose
the trick is just to humiliate MacBraonan into death from embarrassment. It's time to get the fucking YMCA theme going with that candle.
Oh no, Frey wants to do a read omens, so he doesn't need MacBraonan there. In fact, I'll work better with one of the others.
All right.
So he will step away to get started with that.
All right. Okay, so that's gonna be a little while. Time to get the prep going.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to jump into that now, or were the others going to do stuff?
That was what I was going to ask. I was also just reading Read Omens. I was I just wanted to double check because I always forget.
I don't really have anything. I would maybe drop by Thaddeus' office again, like later in the day at some point, just to see if he's come back. But
see if the assistant's still there.
Yeah.
That poor assistant who's just suffering from Rohan's paranoia.
I mean, she's also, you know, it's fine. It's fine. I recognize it's paranoid, but just look, if somebody were ransacking his office looking for information, then they might very well act the same way she did if they were a good liar. So, you know, I've got my eye on everyone. Mostly what I'm saying is that I don't trust Robert. It's not that I don't It's not that I don't trust all the NPCs. It's that whichever NPC I don't feel paranoid about, that's the one that Robert's going to use to fuck us. So.
God. It's not the NPCs that are the problem. It's the person playing them.
Exactly.
Oh. God. So, any more discussion before the group breaks for final preparations? I guess Abney would have something if no one else did.
I can't think of anything else at this point. We're just kind of retreading in circles the same stuff.
Yeah.
Abney would be like, well, alright, so we all have these plans. I mean, not exactly good enough fight if things get testy, but I could still come. I mean, he kind of gives a little half shrug. I don't know that I'm really useful here or there, but I can try.
Well,
But on top of that, I mean, if we do need anything, I can always be a like, he gives the most, like, half-hearted smile. A quartermaster or some such. Go get all the stuff that we need for the journey, at least. I can, emotions outside. I can see about getting that horse back.
Yes, that would be good. That was actually supposed to go back a couple days ago.
As far as going to Corval with us, I think that's probably going to depend on if Ozzy comes, because if he doesn't, then you might be the only person we trust to keep an eye on him.
And I guess even if he does, I'll kind of be keeping an eye on him until we get to Corval, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, how much coin do we have for provisions?
I mean, I have some. I have enough. How much do we need?
At this point, Abney puts his coin purse. This is everything I have. And he dumps it out on the table. It totals out to, Abney has 27, 2 gold, 27 silver, and 21 copper. That's what I've got.
How, I mean, do I know how much, like, it would take for him to get whatever we need, I guess?
It depends. I guess the idea is he's planning on seeing how much you have to find out what you can afford.
I mean, I have 50 gold right now, so unless we're buying anything super crazy.
I have 130 gold, so...
Yeah.
At that point, Abney does a spit take. And there's just wine all over his pile of gold and coins that's on the table.
I mean, I have access to a lot more than that. I just don't have it on me, okay, Rohan?
Yeah. I wasn't bragging, I'm just saying. That's why I'm like, how much do we need? Because I wanted to avoid being like, I have a shit ton of money. I am what we call cash rich and wealth poor, so...
God.
Well, it sounds like we have plenty then. I also have 49 gold to my own name.
Well,
If you need a little extra.
So you all can, get a mule? I can go get a mule if we need, love.
We need Henrietta back.
What
Is
happened to
Henrietta here?
Henrietta?
Henrietta is at the Viacor estate,
Oh,
where she has been
no.
for months.
No.
Along with Drulius, who has also been there.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if they were there or here.
Yeah, no, you guys were in hiding. You couldn't have
Yeah.
a large dog and a small mule.
Well. Yikes. I care more about getting Henrietta than I do about getting Roland.
Poor Roland.
I'm a little hurt.
That's not a knock against Roland. That's just a praise of Henrietta.
Roland does not have that striking smile.
Exactly.
Yeah, but can Roland run all the way down a cliff face, across a ravine, and then up a cliff face? I don't
Exactly.
think
I feel like Henrietta and I really bonded in that moment, so. Well. Well, Will, if you, I don't know how you were planning on returning the horse, if you were just planning on giving it to some guards, or if you were actually going to try to get into the palace district. If you...
Oh, I was gonna just... My plan was to kind of play stupid, you know, like, oh, we found this horse wandering the streets and run up to a guard.
Fair enough.
You know, the Good Samaritan. I mean, listen, as a Ducal guard, I'm used to it. A lot of people do that around here. I mean, Vicania, not here.
Sure.
I don't know about here too much, love.
Sure. Well. Alright. Well, I mean, I guess Henrietta's on her own. I don't think we really have any way of going to get her. Unless anybody disagrees.
No. Well, she'll be fine as long as the estate doesn't blow up.
Yeah.
Or those stick monsters got her, which I don't think they would have. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Also, Garett is gonna think at Rohan, what is this? Will's calling you love now?
He says it sometimes. Like, not a lot, mostly to Frey, but he does just kind of say it in pauses sometimes.
He's not flirting, he's just British.
Yeah.
He calls everyone love.
Yeah. Very Johnny Depp.
Anyway, so at this point, he just kind of... So, let's get a full list of everything that we need. I'll go and start finding it. And, you know, hopefully we can get out of here soon, but... Is a couple days of prep really not worth it? Sure we have everything?
I think it's probably fine. I mean, I think it seems to me pretty clear that at least those things aren't tracking us. I don't know if people are, but
Yeah.
Well, if they haven't been able to find us yet, I don't think that they'll find us now.
yeah.
My only worry is, I mean, whether I'm there or not, well, we're still going into a den of who knows what, and Brian says blood magic, you're going into a war zone, essentially.
Yeah.
I think the risk of getting caught for another day or two, if it gets us everything we need to help save you, you know, more armor, what have you, better weapons, anything.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Time,
really-
prep. I mean, Frey, might be time for you to finally learn how to really swing a sword.
Is there... I mean, can you teach me?
We've tried, we can try again.
Well, you can certainly swing a sword better than I can right now, so I could try.
It is unfortunately less of a compliment than I would prefer to hear. We'll try though, love. So,
I will do one thing. I will hand Will the twin hand crossbow I have that has not been that has to be, what do you call it, fixed. We found it wherever, and it can only shoot one arrow still, or one bolt still. So if you can get that fixed while we're here, then that'd be cool.
all right. Good old double shot.
Yeah. Would love to not have to reload every...
So, as you guys start to get a shopping list together, prepare for training, getting everything ready for a death march into a domain that the only information you have is weird, fucked up blood magic. As you figure out what is next, as you plan to where it seems all roads have led for far too long, as an end feels like it might be in sight for this fucking war. A war that most people don't even see as existing. We will go ahead and very early tonight, on account of COVID, exhaustion, and food poisoning, be ending the session. There's a couple of reasons I wanted to end it early. One, I want you guys to get a shopping list together for next week of anything you need, and we will discuss prices and everything like that.
Okay.
Two, obviously, you know, final decisions on what you're doing. I want everyone to be here, be ready, be conscious, all that fun stuff. Hopefully, Lee will be a little bit better off without the COVID.
Hopefully.
And third, also, you guys have to figure out what to do while you level up.
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Fuck
Oh.
Hooray! Because I ran away from a confrontation.
Listen, it's been months of preparation and training.
True.
This is everything coming to a head.
Okay.
You guys are
That
going to
one
war.
door
so.
that you kicked open was actually full of experience points.
Oh.
Ding 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 ding.
Okay,
Oh.
what happens when we level up again? How does this work? It's been a while.
You don't need to do it now. Just get with me at some time during the week. Please discuss shopping stuff. It's very important.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
It's very important that, like, I want to jump into next session and be ready for you guys on the road. Hopefully. So it'll be, like, you know, a couple-day time skip, depending. Where you will, you know, have done shopping, some basic training, things like that, whatever you need to go over.
Can we also do my read omens over the downtime there?
Yes, we will go over that. You can describe the exact thing, and we will go over it during the downtime. Probably one of the things you're going to do, I assume, right before you leave, so you can get the most accurate reading possible.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Frey basically is going to be asking if trusting MacBraonan to help them with this will, you know, kill them all.
Okay.
Killed. So I think it's going to be kind of a factor in that decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, once you guys have everything, that will be the plan to find out whether or not trusting MacBraonan is worth it. All right. So, anyone who wishes to stick around and do the level up now, feel free. Otherwise, get with me sometime during the week. Yeah, I'm excited. We're going into the fucking end game of the Artivishta clusterfuck. So
I'm excited.
Hooray!
Now I really don't want Ozzy to come because now I can finally get 5 people with my spells. So, if we have more people, then I have to cast it twice anyway.
Well, in that case, you would want Will to also not come.
Exactly, and he'll stay here with Ozzy, so
We'll see what happens next week, guys.
Yeah. All right.